turn on the mic, figure out the right screen. Yeah, I like this. Live from my basement, it's Thursday night. Woo! Did I hit the applause? Oh, which is right above the Jeff McCullough. Woo! Welcome to Dave's Imaginations. Dave's Imaginations presents the Eye of Mordroc. Eye of Mordroc, and we are at the Isle of Dread. Why are we at the Isle of Dread?
We got stuff to get.
We got stuff to get. We gotta get stuff. We gotta get the Eye of Molloch so that we can power Nitzleplitz's trans-dimensional device so that we can maybe bring Mordroc to justice, the evil wizard that had captured Princess Daphne, but you defeated Singe and you got Daphne back, but Mordroc got away, and now you are pursuing Mordroc, and that is why we are in the high seas around the Isle of Dread. But as payment for your journey to pay the Port Nyanzaru Navy, you have to bring a pirate to justice and find their pirate lair. You found you know where the pirate lair is. You know the island on which that it's on, and we think we know where it is. And on the map, this is our hex crawl we've been doing. It's on this map. It seems like we went right there, but I can say that it wasn't quite that easy, right? We came across. We did this whole hex crawl thing. We had a whole bunch of random encounters and near-death experiences, and finally, on day 40, we finally found the island that we believe the pirates are on. We ended last week with saying, you see a ship off to the south. And so I think we said it was morning, and then we said we saw the ship, so I'm thinking it's midday on this day 40, and you see this ship off someone says, hey, there's a small vessel ahead, as he peers on it, says, but did they see you as it's fleeing south? So that is where we start our evening. Mm-hmm. We still have people. Well, tonight we are down one player. Ken. For now, maybe. We hope will join us later. We will see. And so, at least to start the night, we are down one. And so, this is where our evening picks up. Any comments, thoughts on where your predicament? Is that how it's
Are we actually on
You're not on the island. You're on the ship.
Okay.
You're on the ship, and you see the shores are just right there. You can see the shore. This is the rocky desert area of the northern of the isle. You can see the ship is heading toward the southern part of the island, and where the jungles seem to be.
We should probably pursue it.
How small is small?
It is as you
like a dinghy or.
Well, it looks like a trimaran, a three-hulled type of thing with a massive, very speedy sail ship.
Like an islander, Pacific islander type.
We've seen a trimaran before around here.
Yes. The term has been used before.
Yes.
We have likely seen one before.
Probably looks a lot like my craft.
Okay.
So you guys are serious about this. You're actually going to go after this pirate. You think
Me
there's
too.
a pirate here?
As far as we know. But the question is, okay, we know they're supposed to be on this island. We don't know where on the island. So we can either start up here and work our way south, or we can chase the boat, figuring that the boat is the pirates going to the pirate lair, and get ourselves that much closer, that much faster.
They already know you're coming.
So, pros and cons, choices.
We think these are pirates or these
No,
natives who might know where the pirates are?
They already know you're coming.
So we have been warned.
Because
I told them.
Well,
You what?
Wait. When did you have time to do this?
I've been in a moral dilemma for quite a while.
Pull my sword. I don't have a sword, but I'll pull one.
Well,
Roll for initiative.
No.
Yeah, right.
Hey,
I'm,
let the guy speak.
I'm an old man, okay? You guys can see that, right? I retired from adventuring like you guys were doing, or are doing, a long time ago. I learned my mom was sick, went to take care of her, ended up losing both her and my mom. And I'll tell you, I went to a dark place after that. Okay? It was rough. But as you guys have figured out, there's this pirate running around this area. And back in those days, she was actually what I would consider a good person. Okay, she, you know, sort of like a Robin Hood of our time. She helped the indigenous people, fighting against the tyranny of the bureaucracy. You know how that is, right? You guys have done the same thing. But I didn't really want to be in her crew. But she seemed to be a nice person. And I said, well, she asked if I could be a scout for her. So I said, yeah, sure. I'll let you know when if people are heading your way. I did become good friends with one of her pirates, one of her crew. A pirate, a red-bearded dwarf named Red Bertram. Good man. But something happened. About a year ago, she went to this Isle of Mordroc that you're trying to get to. And she met some wizard there, dark wizard, and he talked her into some evil stuff, and she has really changed. I can't stomach it anymore. She's got to be stopped.
This is the pirate captain.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've heard tale that she is very powerful.
Yeah, she's bought into this evil wizardry, and that's how they're making all these things like my gun and stuff.
Like
So,
you
a
told
little-
her we're coming.
Well, I
mild
told
correction.
them back when I first said, that you were headed this way. I have a magic journal that I can write into, and she can see it, and then she can write in it, and I can see it.
So you told her when we met up with you a few days ago?
Could,
Okay.
could we use this to lure her out?
It's a possibility.
So you've come around and decided she's evil and needs to be.
Well,
in
she
the
started
last-
to use those indigenous people as sacrifices to increase her power. This is not right. She's changed. Used to be, symbolic sacrifices. Now it's human beings. Now this is not right. But if we can find Red Bertram, there might be some pirates who still aren't all for her. We might have some allies. But yeah, we're going to run into some crazy stuff, and I can tell you about some of the things we're going to run into.
And we were specifically, our mission was to
Capture
the pirate
or kill.
captain.
Capture or kill the captain of
There's just the one. Okay. Okay.
They didn't say anything about the wizard we could kill.
You don't have to kill the wizard. That's not part of the deal.
And who do you think is in
Well,
that
he may
boat?
not be there.
Yeah, I mean, it's been 6 months since you.
Yeah, I don't know. He could be back in his island doing his booju stuff.
Who do you think's in that boat we can see?
Don't know.
You think it's a trap?
But yeah.
Well, this has been enlightening.
How can we trust you when we get into battle?
Well, you can't. Can you trust anyone?
I've been in battle with them
You've been in battle with him.
once.
Mission hasn't changed.
There's
Capture
no-
or kill the captain, right?
Yeah.
The only thing we've got to worry about now is the fact that he's told them that we're coming, but it's not like. I mean, you told them we were coming or trying to get here days ago. You haven't, I trust, told them that we're at the island, have you?
I think they know.
I
yeah.
think they can see you.
Yeah,
They know
okay.
you're here.
How many pirates are here under her?
Last you knew, there was a couple dozen.
Yeah, it doesn't take that.
But
much.
then they allied themselves with those knobbers,
Yeah.
those goblinoid creatures of the island that help, and they were blessed with this knowledge of how to work the alchemy of the black powder.
Yeah.
So a couple dozen pirates, and then the knobbers.
Can you tell us the knobbers were what we fought? What were the knobbers?
No, you didn't. What? I don't know what fight you're talking about.
Most
The
recently.
predator.
The predator type.
No, they weren't the predators. No, that's different.
Have we met knobbers?
You haven't.
Okay.
Now he would also describe something you have seen, and you haven't pieced this together yet. That this black powder they got from this isle, and he said Moloch. It's the isle, and I had Mount Boom, not Mount Doom, Mount Boom, and on this island they had these little creatures made of fire and brimstones that could hurl motes of fire. Now you guys might remember having a shore excursion where you saw that going on.
Right.
So that would have been the island of Mount Boom. So Caradhra went onto this island and learned of this black powder and aligned herself with this dark cleric, and has been going down this rabbit hole ever since. And she has gained these black powder weapons that are really not found anywhere else in Faerun. I've not put firearms anywhere else in my game. This is the first time they've appeared. Yeah, so
And-
exactly he said.
Do you know what her setup is on this island?
I visited the island,
Fortress?
so I kind of know where.
Yeah, so you would share with them that there's they have a fortified beach where they keep their camp, but then they also have a hidden cave system, and in the back of that hidden cave is a cove where you can't get into it without they barricaded it and disguised it. You won't be able to find it. He doesn't even. You probably I don't. Maybe you've done it. Maybe you haven't. But they keep these small trimaran sail ships out on the beach, and that's how they do most of their getting around. Except for when they need to do major movements, like if they're going back up to Mount Boom, they would take the Inheritor was the name of the ship.
Now, everybody else on this ship, on our ship, are they gonna help us with this endeavor, or they're just our ride and it's on us?
Good question.
For the game's sake, they will take some activity like patrolling the seas to make sure that Inheritor doesn't get away.
But they're not gonna come.
They're not going to
storm the beach with us.
They're not
or
storming the beach with you.
Fire cannons. Do we have cannons?
You do not have cannons. You have these big
Can
old.
soften the target a little bit.
They have those things that shoot big
Ricochets,
crossbows,
big
right?
harpoons, okay.
There's a word for that, and I'm not knowing it off the top of my head.
Ballista.
Ballista. Yeah, they had the ballistas on either end of the boat.
Okay.
That's why they brought you along.
So
Well,
5, 6 of us, and
Well, so does
20, 30 of them.
You know, sort of betrays a lot. Does he know whether this? I mean, if he's been there before, is it the dry end or the forested end? Can we at least get
It's
that
the
figured out?
forested end.
All right, so we need to head down.
So,
Well-
speaking to the captain, the only thing we need is the captain, right? We don't need to kill or capture all the rest of the pirates.
That's correct.
the captain.
As a matter of fact, I think Tumo here those are some good men. They're just following orders. They're following their captain. And some of them are very much, as far as you and Red have corresponded, that there's a handful of them that don't agree with what's going on here. Human sacrifice isn't what they signed up for, right? But there's another portion of them that went all in, and they've become acolytes of Moloch.
So it sounds like a snatch and grab, right?
Right. So do we snatch and grab? We don't have the stealthiest group.
Yeah.
We've got one. Are you full rogue?
Well, rogue bard, but heavy rogue.
Rogue bard. Okay.
Mostly rogue.
You would still be trying to snatch someone who is very powerful. I believe Bay has sleep.
I have sleep.
Or you have sleep. You have sleep. That's right, because you tried to put me to sleep when I was. Yeah. Anyways.
Well, so
But it's risky because it doesn't necessarily work.
so you think they know we're coming?
Oh yeah.
That boat is probably one of them, and so they've seen us.
Yeah.
So
They're setting up an ambush probably on the beach.
well, that's what is it worth trying to land somewhere else and stealth in, or do they know we're coming and the jig is up?
Yeah, he would say they chose this position for just that contingency, such that you wouldn't. He can draw you this map.
There's no
right?
good back door.
Well, the back door is the cave system that goes to the cove.
Okay. There's no sneaking through the jungle and
So that's our exit strategy.
popping out of the tree.
So basically,
The exit strategy would be to kill everyone, commandeer their stick, or turn. Figure out how to get some of them to mutiny, right, and kill the ones that don't mutiny, and steal the ship, and off you go. Then you have two ships,
And our objective is to take the captain
Makings of
dead or alive. None of the other ones matter. They said, "Captain, identify the pirate lair, and bring the captain to justice, dead or alive."
Does that mean we have to bring a corpse back?
I think it would be.
They're going to take our word for it?
You need to have at
In the
least.
basket?
Yeah.
You have to have at least Captain Stormreek needs to be convinced it happened, right?
Okay. Another trick dice. Look at that. That die has multiple fives on it.
5 on top and 5 on the side.
One of the white ones, second from the left, has got 2 5s.
Oh, there you go. That's fun.
Alright. So snatch and grab? That's still playing.
We're gonna stealth in, or we're just gonna go into the front, up to the front gate and knock?
I kind of blasted. I mean,
It's always
April!
I don't know.
hi.
No.
Reinforcements are here.
If we,
Can I borrow your phone? Are you using it?
if,
Or is April the pirate captain?
yeah, there you go. I mean, if we start hacking and slashing the pirates, she's just gonna go barricade herself back in the cave somewhere, right?
True.
Or
So do we try to
blast us all?
Yeah.
we try to play it like we want to talk, or I don't know.
Oh, they're not going
Find the caves first.
No, they're not going to want to talk. They're not going to want to go negotiate. They're operating
So-
from a place of,
to.
strength.
Oh, this is just frontal assault.
One other thing.
I don't know that we would.
One more thing. There's another sacrifice that's supposed to happen tonight.
Oh. Okay. We dressed Bay up as a native. as an indigenous person. And he gets to be the sacrifice.
He's listening to this right
I
now.
know.
What?
Just get for not being here.
Realtor, sir, I gotta deal with something.
So, snatch and grab. How are we gonna get in? Let's figure that
Well,
out.
do we wait till you just said there's supposed to be a sacrifice tonight?
So maybe they're all distracted. Is what you're saying?
Classic action movie move. Wait till the party.
I imagine she's gonna be at the center of that. So maybe we'll have to wait until after this. That sounds wrong.
During, show up in our tuxedos.
I think Tumo would chime in. He says he doesn't know how long it's going to be until the captain decides someone like Red is too troublesome.
Red might be the. You never know who she's gonna try and sacrifice.
If they run out of
Is she really
passengers.
Is she that lost to sanity?
Well, then is it worth trying to get you to be able to talk to Red and see if there's
I don't think I'm very.
some turncoats?
Is it possible I could be? That's gonna be scary. That's split up the party. I ain't going there all by myself.
No, I'm just as opposed to just going and
Trying to
start
meet.
hack and slash everything.
We still have your boat right off the back of the boat.
Yeah, I think they still have. I think they're gonna have knobbers on here with those that throw things, fire and stuff. That's gonna be the.
They made these little hand explosives that they can light and throw and go boom.
Did we get hand explosives that go boom? Or am I hallucinating?
I don't.
We had temporarily had some spells when
No, whether
we were
the
high
spells.
on the ticks.
That would be nice to bring in.
I
Bring
just
any of
they
those
just
ticks
rolled
with them.
something. So. Are you here?
Plug it in.
Yeah.
Ken, are you here?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't see them.
They just rolled something.
He's just poking stuff on his phone.
Yeah. No.
He butt rolled.
Yeah.
Also, what happened to Christian's baby little? Didn't he come back with some babies from his little escapade?
Oh, he didn't
Zulafu
keep 'em.
Army?
Yeah. We were joking that.
Oh, yeah, did you see
you
the
went
picture?
off with the natives and you came back with some babies,
Nice.
So,
but the DM just decided not to.
no, but you did come
Take
storming
this
back with a whole army of
Army.
Ewoks.
Nice. Well, I do have a disguise kit and a +5 persuasion. I could attempt to wheedle my way into wherever and find Red, talk to Red, talk to the other pirates, and say, hey, those who are against, we're here to help.
Well, okay. They don't know that you're. They think you're an ally.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So that could be a way to play it too.
I still have the journal. I don't know if we could play that.
The journal, or you show up in your boat. Oh, we don't want to send you by yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Well,
would become sacrifice.
What if I went with him as his buddy? Hey, I brought this guy along. He's
He's the sacrifice.
he's a
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
hold
She'd
up.
rather kill you than Red.
That's the meme with the guy who goes, hold up.
Yeah.
That's not what I said.
That's what's gonna happen.
I mean, here's
Well, or I guess we
here's
could
an option: reverse trap.
Okay.
You play double agent, and say, like, you're basically setting us up, and instead we're actually in wait for them. So like we basically lure them out, and then.
But I mean, if we
I'm
come
not sure
into
what that would
the,
look like, but-
they're going to be waiting to see us. How are you
There
going
we
to
go.
set up? We going
I
to
like
try and
it.
sneak in behind them or something?
No, you use your notebook to like propose, like, hey, I'm gonna do. I don't know what it would look like, but like,
I believe
No.
it's a cove.
And they'll come down to grab us,
or like I'll
catch
tell
us
you.
by surprise.
I'll tell you when they're all asleep or something like that, or Like, oh, we'll park in the harbor, and I'll tell you, I'll give you the, they're gonna attack at dawn. Guys should come in.
X before.
Yeah, like attack while they're asleep the night before, or something like that. They come out, but we're not asleep. It's just an example. I don't know. Maybe there's a better plan, but something like that, where we can lure them out instead of trying to attack their lair.
I definitely think the
we
reverse
could-
trap has merit.
We
Yeah.
could run with the whole sacrifice thing and do a Chewbacca, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I found this, caught this guy. Could be a
Can't
prime.
help.
Could be a prime
We'll find get
sacrifice.
help. Let's do get help. No, that's
Oh,
not
no. Yeah.
Yeah, the Chewbacca. Okay.
Food for thought.
Yeah.
All right.
The movie references. It's just you guys are just
Awesome.
Fantastic.
That's what we are. We're awesome, Leonard.
the sad
The most
part
fun-
is I get all of them too.
The most fun people to be around on a Thursday night. The largest online role-playing game on YouTube,
In the greater Dunlap area.
produced from the greater Dunlap area. Pretty sure. Don't tell me otherwise. I don't want to know.
You want me to show them pictures? I don't have pictures.
I have the pictures
Um,
when it becomes relevant.
Okay.
so should we say 12 or 30 guys?
24 pirates,
24.
Plus some
Plus some
however many
knobbers.
numbers.
not these knobber things.
I'll take Pirate Conundrum for $200.
Yeah.
And maybe this dark cleric.
Well,
And these knobbers are going to be out on their own, or are they going to be part of the mix and mingle?
Mix and mingle. Well, they might have their own room. I was starting to bring that up. The cave system is pretty much a 5-room cave system. There's an entry common area, and then there's kind of an area that has a little cove with a lake, a little water spot. And then,
We've had a long rest, right?
yes, you're all rested up. No more
Exhaustion.
That's all passed. There's areas for holding prisoners.
Break.
I'm trying to read. So that was 4 areas, and then there's the area where that has the ship.
And we leveled up, right?
Yeah, you're level 4, right?
No, level 6.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we get a group of them. I can cast sleep, and then. But just remember, I'm not a very powerful cleric. And
Well, you have the best shot on the jobbers
the knobbers, yeah.
or knobbers
Yeah.
because they should be
Low-
lower hit
Yeah.
point.
Low wisdom. Yeah.
Well, I like the idea of let's use the journal to get them to think
Reverse
that
trap.
the reverse trap. I think makes a lot of sense. It's probably the easiest to execute, right? Versus disguises and persuasion and pray the dice go our way.
Well, and here's a thought: is what if we do both? I mean, splitting the party, but it's also splitting their party, where we leave some of the big chunky guys like myself to deal with the reverse trap, while someone sneaks in and tries to. Because chances are the pirate captain's not going to come out, right?
I would think she would.
You think she would?
Pirate to pirate, or pirate to captain, pirate captain to captain. Like a ship against ship, she's gonna want to come lead her men, right?
Maybe, or maybe she stays back on land and sends the
I mean, she's turned into more of a goddess.
knobbers out, right?
In her head,
Well, or if
So,
if we don't
maybe you're
know, I
right,
mean,
but-
if she has to do the sacrifice to get the benefit, right? Not this dark cleric, but
Yeah.
you know, if she's again mentoring under that person, and it's like, oh, well, you need to do this in order to absorb or whatever.
Right.
I mean, my guess is she's going to be involved in some way. That was a bad
I still think the reverse trap is the best idea.
Yep.
But yeah, my only question about it is what if she doesn't come out for that?
Then we
Beat
can
these guys and go in
we try to convince the guys to turn.
and help us. Yeah.
and kill the ones that don't.
Yeah, well, I mean, the little goblin guys aren't going to turn, right?
No.
No, but we can take care of that. We should be able to handle them.
Hopefully.
Right.
Are they? Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna bring them. If they're coming to get us on a boat.
Well, maybe we
That's a
say
good-
we
that's a good
maybe we
question.
say we landed on
Do-
this point. We're going to land on this point of the island.
Do
But
they
then we're already
use-
there.
Do they use the goblin guys just on land to protect the, or are they part of the crew?
Yeah, they did pull them in as part of the crew, I think.
Yeah, they're part of the crew, but you say that, but they're indigenous to this island.
Yeah.
So they have a certain number of them have been gifted with this talent and have been working very closely with the pirates. And they have gone on the boat, but not all of them all of the time.
So a boarding party would probably be mostly pirates and not the little goblins.
Yeah, but they probably have
But they might have
black powder weapons for sure.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna either put the ship near land somewhere else by the island, or are we just gonna anchor out in front of them?
So I put a note in the journal, say, yeah, they don't know anything about you. They're just going to come in thinking they can just walk in, and so get ready to. But then what happens if they hit us?
You're gonna tell them we're just anchored for the night, and they're gonna try to
That's what
come
you
in the
want.
morning, or
Or we go in and let them attack us, and then be ready for them to attack. We know we know they're there.
How much can we bank on our crew on the ship that we're on helping? Like, do we lure them to this boat? I mean,
he said not much.
okay.
There-
The knobbers, you're not gonna.
No, I'm
No,
saying
everybody else on the boat.
I'm saying
So if we lure them to the boat,
Oh, if they're
try to seize the boat.
the crew
in
of,
secret.
of the Harbinger will protect themselves to the best they can.
But they're level.
Low. Captain is obviously has some bardic abilities, but
Yeah, so we may not want to do that.
I'm
I mean, the most logical is to lure them to the boat.
yeah. I think that it puts them on our territory. It puts less of them getting on the boat at a time.
Right.
And if
they
we're
have to
lucky,
transfer.
yeah. And if we're lucky, it's red, and you can actually
We turn him.
Turn him.
Yeah.
And turn the ones that are with him and kill the rest.
Right.
But then we still have to come ashore and have to fight the knobbers and then go inland.
Yeah. Well,
There you go. Here's an idea. So
In the dark.
we have them try to take the boat at night. And you'll say we're gonna anchor off whatever, and you'll meet them. You've arranged to be on third watch, and you'll meet them at 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, so that they can get on board stealthily and take the boat. And then you would presume Red will, or some other turnable, character NPC will come up and you'll be able to turn him. If not, well then you bang on the boards and we know it's trouble.
Red's one of her higher lieutenants, isn't he? Maybe? No? Don't know.
Is there a reason why you'd ask?
is part of the crew.
I wonder if I could get away with suggesting that Red lead a team out
Yeah,
to take us.
That's what I'm wondering.
You suggest it. It's like, yeah, I know him.
I know him. I trust him.
yeah, that's a good idea.
What are you going to suggest?
Red knows my face.
Yeah, Red knows my
Yeah.
face.
Hey, how the third watch? They're all going to be asleep. Come on out. Send a team out. I think Red would be a good choice to lead them. At least I can recognize him and know who's
He
coming.
can recognize you and not shoot you.
Yeah.
And recognize me and not shoot me.
You can make the suggestion.
We'd want to anchor. We wouldn't want to be close to the pirate. That'd be too suspicious. Like, we don't want to be like in their harbor.
No,
Yeah, we'd be.
they gotta
but we want to be within a raft
Yeah.
traverse from the shore.
Or one of these.
Oh yeah, close
outriggers.
to the shore. Maybe off like the northern. Maybe a good like, I don't know,
Protected
half
cove or
days
something,
away
yeah.
to make that.
Maybe a couple hours.
Yeah.
A couple hours away. Yeah.
Just enough. Well, yeah, enough.
Well,
They
you
can't.
can't anchor
They
out in the
can't
middle
see
of
or hear what's going on, but close enough that they could
They can make it by
get there
rowboat.
in the night. Yeah.
This would be more believable if
Well,
we're
keep a
actually
try
getting
on
there pretty close to dark.
It's midday,
It's midday.
and you saw the ship go to the south.
Yeah, but how long does it take us to sail down?
About twice as long as it takes the little guy.
But you could also like say in the message that like, you know, we're preparing our attack, and it won't happen for a day or two.
That
Just-
sounds suspicious, though. Whatever you guys want to do.
It's your neck on the line.
I
Yeah,
know.
it's also what you want to do, right?
And all our necks are going to be on the
It
line.
is, right? What
Yeah,
you want to do?
oh,
I think that's the best plan we got so far. Any other ideas?
Okay, well, I'll send in the journal. I'll tell her that they're coming down the coastline. They're going to anchor off and start making their plans about how we're going to go ashore, how they're going to go ashore. They'll probably come the next morning, so they're going to get a good night's sleep. I'll be on watch.
Send Red.
Send Red.
Everybody in agreement that's the plan?
Mhm.
Alright, that's what he does. Now we pray. Now we plan what, okay. Where do we hide? What do we do? Do they have invisibility? Does they have invisibility?
Can't wait for him to come back.
We
I think
need Bay, because he's got darkness.
Darkness.
He could hide, because we could put a whole crew on like one part of the ship at night. What's the moon like?
New moon, no moon.
No move. I like that. No matter what, it's gonna be dark.
Thanks, Wes.
Yep.
Although it will probably come down again with my phone eventually.
Because if it's a full moon, it can't pull it off. But if it's a new moon,
yeah.
He has
So he said-
invisibility. Just FYI.
then
So keep talking. Then what? You cast invisibility on the deck of the ship as they're
On
coming in.
himself, so that, yeah, as they come
Himself.
in.
Oh,
But he's
invisibility.
also
At least
got-
right next to him when
he's got darkness, right?
He has
also has
darkness for
darkness.
he has darkness for sure. I don't know that he has invisibility.
He
so
does. I
he
can
could
see.
cast
Oh yeah.
darkness on a whole area and hide a whole crew on like one of the upper levels of the ship.
Okay.
Kind of jealous. He got less. I don't have that. I'm a cleric.
And then, you know, you'd be on one of the lower decks with like a torch or whatever. And then when one or two get on board, poof, darkness goes away. Is it? I don't know if that it's,
Can they move
It's
out of it?
concentration.
is it concentration?
So an hour after you send that message,
Okay.
there's a reply basically says, Bertram has fallen out of the graces. If indeed the crew of the ship set anchor off the shores, you should find a way to get off the ship by the darkest night.
Well, I don't know what that means. She must
We
have-
should be here when she gets here.
No, it's a wood ship. She's got a means of setting it afire.
Maybe.
Some kind of weapon.
I
Or
bought
she-
Ellie an international travel plan for her trip.
Oh,
For the
fun.
phone, for her phone.
How'd you know to do that?
She called and asked.
Oh,
And well, she asked what we had,
Yeah.
because Marcos's phone covers Europe.
yeah.
And that's why I needed that to log in and check.
Okay.
And we didn't have it.
She
but
asked is the point.
She asked what we had.
No,
and
she was-
willing to pay for it.
All right,
and I
right. But you just went ahead
decided-
and did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. No, that's good.
All right, see ya.
So my daughter is traveling Europe the month of July. This is Marcos, who is a programmer for whatever major financial company. And as an incentive, if you stay there 5 years, you get a month sabbatical in addition to your normal vacation.
Nice.
So they're taking the month of July and they're backpacking Europe. They're-
Vacationing.
Hoteling Europe.
yeah, they're trying to do it on the cheap, but
Hostels.
hostels and yeah.
Hostels. Good.
And so anyway, so they leave tomorrow.
Wow.
So anyway,
So,
so
I
that's
tell everybody
the,
this.
So can you repeat it again?
so
Bertram.
Bertram has fallen
From
into
I almost expected that to be the case.
That was red.
bad graces,
Yes.
Yeah.
right, from the good graces.
He's
And-
probably.
These are the sacrifices.
He's on the
well,
he may
that,
be one of the.
that
who
would
knows?
be your fear, right?
Yeah, that's.
He's been pretty vocal against this whole Ash
and
Father.
that- and she takes the
Moloch.
people who resist, and that becomes the sacrifices. So
And then, if they do indeed anchor, I suggest you get off the ship by the darkest night.
which tells me that they're probably bringing things that can set the ship on fire is what I would be doing.
Or she's at least just telling you just get out of Dodge because so you're not there when the attack happens.
You know, I just don't think I want to be on a wood ship with
or-
knobbers who can throw fire.
Or she's gonna summon the Kraken and it's just
But it's not just fire. Explosives. All right.
also bad for a ship.
Yeah,
All right.
wood
So
ships.
yes, it's fire, but black powder is explosive.
Yeah.
So we could leave this. As we say, leave the
Leave
ship
it-
anchored and everybody goes to shore.
Exactly, and we after dark we all get on my ship and we go in.
You're gonna ask Bill to give up her ship.
That's the thing is if they attack.
No, she's gonna stay on the ship
And die.
if you can defend it. Yeah, we might get in there before they leave and
She
catch
says,
them by surprise.
"Get on your rowboat. I'll come back here in the morning."
Maybe.
Well, I mean, and if she up anchors in the dark, they won't even know she's left. So they could. There's no moon, right?
There's no moon.
So they can't see it. Gets dark. We get on her ship and we go in under cover of darkness, and we wait for them to come down and start to get in their ship, and that's when we hit them.
So we need to know if they're coming by land or by sea.
No way to come by land. They're coming by sea. They're going to get on that boat and come out.
Oh, that's their. Okay.
That's just.
Well, that's
That's
just
that's
one.
Trimaran.
Yeah.
That's just
But they
one.
have-
That's not the inheritor.
No, that's not the
No,
inheritor.
they're not going to come by that ship. They're going to sneak out with one of those.
Well, and actually, you said the land's pretty impassable, right?
Outside of the beach.
Yeah.
So this beach is a wide open beach, but they picked this beach because it was protected. Matter of fact, they put up this barricade around the side so that
Right.
deep
but,
jungle can come in.
But if we're anchored
couple
up
miles.
the coast somewhere, they're not going to come along on the land and attack us from the
Right.
land.
Right.
It's going to have to be on the water. Okay.
Yeah, so they're going to have to come by ship.
Okay.
And you know that these little trimarans are twice as fast as the Harbinger.
Yeah. Okay.
But you have one.
Yeah,
We
so
have
we
one.
can have her anchor. We can sail down out of sight of land, come in from this side. So we're anchored way out to sea out up there, and then we can just set an ambush up right here Wait for them to come down to their ship and hit them.
Or okay. I was gonna say, or let them leave, but then that leaves
But what if she goes?
the Harbinger on its own.
Well, she's not gonna stick around, as he said. She's gonna take off, and she'll come back and check and see if we're alive. In the
Yeah, in a
morning.
couple of days.
What if we
Well-
sacrifice the Harbinger and we take her ship?
I don't want to sacrifice.
She's not gonna take that
No,
risk.
no, but okay, hang on. So if you've told her it's gonna be anchored here, so presumably they're gonna come in the middle of the night and try to attack it.
Right.
We instead take your boat and go over there,
And wait for them to come
and
down.
the captain takes off. So
Our
we let
captain
them
takes
row out in the middle of the night, and by the time they get there, they won't be there. But some
and then
some
hit them
contingent-
when they come back.
no hit the camp while they're gone.
Some portion.
but we
some
want
portion of them will be
something-
on a
Assume
Well,
half.
that's assuming the captain's probably not going to go out with
right.
them.
Yes, I am.
But all the pirates will be out there, especially the bad
Some
pirates.
portion of the pirates will be
and
out
it's
there.
probably the bad pirates.
Right.
This is piratey stuff. They probably wouldn't have a problem doing this.
Well.
Well, if Red has fallen out of favor,
Right.
she just said that he's not going to be coming.
Red won't be, but there's the other ones that are just they're just following orders and
Yeah.
they-
No, but
But if
like-
I can find Red,
But some portion of them are going to be off
yeah,
planning to go attack that boat, and it's not going to be there.
yeah.
And
So
that's-
while they're out there, we hit the
Yes.
camp
Sounds good. I like it.
because we really don't want to get a.
We tell Captain What's Her Face to just go run the block.
Yeah, right.
So that gives us just having to take care of the knobbers,
Whoever's
And
still around. Yeah.
go up into the caves and find her.
Yep. And if she does go on the raiding party, then we just have to wait for her to come back.
Or we
But I
mop up
doubt she
everything
will.
that's in there.
If they've got lights or something, we might be able to see if she's with them.
Yeah. No, she's probably going to stick around for the barbecue. We don't know the timing of that, but
I like your plan.
I like it.
can we all? Well, how big's your boat?
5-person. I think you guys could fit on there.
Okay.
Six.
It'd be crowded, but we can.
All
Yeah.
right.
Dun, 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 dun,
Bacon water ski off the back.
I was thinking of Miami Vice.
There's no movie reference there. There's no
Oh
line.
bullshit! There's no movie reference.
There's no line. It's just a song.
All right.
We have
Got
a
a
plan.
plan.
We got a plan.
Most of them.
11% of a plan.
I have a flaw. But okay.
You have a flaw?
Well, your buddy Red
Just
might
one.
be barbecued by the time we. That-
Well, we don't. We can't know.
Yeah.
We don't know
That's
when the
it's a
sacrifice is
risk.
going to
Yeah.
happen.
But presumably they're going to go out in the middle of the night. So okay. Can't win. 'em all.
Break.
Can't save all your
Now my ears are ringing.
former colleagues.
Your ears were ringing
She
before
didn't- She
that.
didn't say fell out of favor. She has fallen. So
She said as
he's still
fallen
alive,
into medium
more
rare is what's happening.
Medium
Going to be
Was red, now
Yeah.
more like medium rare.
Pink in the center, and yeah.
a warm pink.
Toasty on the outside,
Steak tartare.
crispy on the outside, juicy on the inside.
Oh.
All right.
All right, we got a plan.
Okay.
So we
And
make
go.
our way to do that.
Hmm?
So we'll hop into his boat.
This boat we
After
gotta go
dark.
way around.
Yeah.
Under the cover of a no moon.
And the captain takes a ship and will say, "Come pick us up in
Like I
a
said,
day."
So my boat doesn't
Pleasure
have
cruise at night.
smaller like rowboats or anything like that, does
It
it?
still applies.
No, I
Yeah.
just say, what do we tell the captain?
it does?
She's gonna get out of Dodge, but then what do we
I
tell
like
her?
it.
Come pick us
Yeah,
up
you
in a
have
day?
you have rows to it in addition to your sail.
No, I'm saying, do we have
Yeah, because
like
I'll
can we
get them
anchor
all
my
on to
boat
Come find us tomorrow
off
afternoon.
shore and take rowboats into
I mean, we'll have
the
sending
shore?
stones.
Oh, do we still have
If
the
that's what you want to do.
The
Yeah.
shells.
We'll just tell her to come here.
radio clams?
After we're done, we'll have her come here.
Well, but if we bring my ship into land here and
Right.
set up an ambush, they're going to see our ship sitting there.
Not if we're
Not if he cast darkness.
Yeah, well, the ship is bigger than his darkness.
I was in.
How big is the ship?
It's that big.
It's enough.
Oh no, not the
No,
not
no,
the
no.
ship. The,
No, the trimaran.
Oh, the trimaran might be able, but
See?
the darkness doesn't move.
30-foot.
I'm saying once we get to the beach under the cover of darkness, we put up the bubble of darkness so that as they're coming and going, we're hidden.
There you go.
I mean, I'm assuming that even if we landed here with my trimarine, whatever it is, that they could see that even on a new moon.
Even they have torchlight, right? So
Right.
they would see that there's a weird darkness there.
So either we leave it out and take rowboats in that are smaller, or we put darkness on it to hide it.
Yeah, but like I said, the trick with that is it doesn't move, so we just have to.
We have to wait
Dark
till
to where
we
we
get
wanna
in
be.
there.
Get there.
You
Yeah.
can put darkness on a bowl. So, I'm sorry, on an object. So,
Is it
No,
possible?
it's
right here. Alternatively, you can cast a spell on an object that isn't being worn or carried, causing the darkness to fill a 15-foot emanation originating.
So it can't move. It can't be worn.
Can't you
And
put it on the boat?
I will agree that it can move with the boat.
Right. Yeah.
But it's not as big as this boat.
No.
Right.
It's a trimaran.
All right, the trimaran.
It's a 15-foot radius.
But you can't see out anyway. Bay can.
Bacon.
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 Someone say.
Red bacon.
What's it say? I can't read.
Let's say it's time for cake.
All right, yeah, go for cake. Hello. Good. I'll pick you up.
Yes.
Yeah. 8 o'clock tea time. Yep. And hold on.
If you think it's a good idea.
So welcome back after that break. We just had a little cake celebration there, and now we're back contemplating how we're going to
Die?
storm the beaches of the island, and as our Tumo has come clean, saying that he was a sentry for Captain Carruthers, but has second thoughts as to her motivations as of late, and being that you worked well, that maybe this group was just the group that he needed to help take her down and put her back on the straight and narrow, and the adventurers appreciate the honesty and are looking at him cross-eyed, hoping that they can trust him, but now that they've communicated back to Carruthers that they're going to anchor, or rather Tumo has communicated that they're going to anchor somewhere down shore, and Carruthers said, I suggest you get off the boat by darkest night, and now the team is conniving as to exactly what their strategy is. Now, a question I have, right now I have the boat where it's at. We know that the pirate's lair is in the jungly area of the island, on the southern half of the island. We can go from here. I'm thinking we go southeast.
So I guess let's resolve what we're talking about first. So let's say I get rid of the guiding bolt. Would I take one of the darknesses or one of the invisibility? What would we get more value out of?
Stealth and invisibility.
I would think of it, yeah.
So
think with
invisibility
darkness
on one
Yeah, that's
one
the-
casting of invisibility though.
Well, the only one that can see in the darkness is Bay.
Right, but we could use it to try to hide something.
Like a 15-foot boat.
Right.
So we're gonna bay cast that, right? And then
I'm thinking you leave Bay with the boat for tonight.
yeah.
So which
But he's like
But I think
instrumental.
right.
Invisibility.
Well,
So
invisibility.
I can take one of those spells in my ring of spell storing.
I think invisibility is better.
Yeah.
In darkness, it's everybody, and then we can't
Right.
can't fight in it.
Well, and the invisibility gives us more options for ourselves. Whereas if we say Bay's on the boat, then Bay can cast darkness on himself in the boat, and he and it are hidden, and we get to go do whatever with invisibility.
With one of us invisible. Right?
One,
It's
it
good.
just works.
Well, and
one
I've
person.
got a high stealth and stuff.
I stealth. +2.
So do I. I have a +6. Wow.
Okay.
You think my knees would be creaky?
No.
You're spry, old man.
Yeah,
You're
you're
spry,
you're
yeah.
serious.
You're nimble. You can
Why are you-
fishing, you survive on an island. These are probably the stronger part. Lean, wiry, all those things.
I don't know what we're doing, guys, other than what are we waiting on here?
We're not
So-
waiting. I think we're just
So you've officially put the witch spell in this ring of
invisibility.
invisibility.
And
All right.
that would have been done
Yeah, ahead of
we've
time.
got long rest.
That's fine.
So, yeah.
So are we parting ways, or is we want the ship to take us south, east, and then we go in from there?
That's my question: is where are you directing the boat to go?
How far out to sea would we have to be away from the island that they couldn't see us?
So you can be either here or here. I think you'd go here.
Yes. And take the trimaran in.
Yes, but I'm going to repeat my question. How far away do we have to be from the land that they can't see us?
You'd say, I'd like to be far enough away from the land so they can't see us.
Okay.
And I assume for this landing, we can't really land. There's just the beach, and then
It's
there's
just
nothing.
the beach.
We can't
And
land.
then dense jungle and rocky cliffs and everything.
nasty part of town. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good idea. Warehouse district.
All
Ready to
right,
get
so
this show under the roof?
you went there, so I'm going to take this one away. And this one away. Now you go here or here.
I think still southeast. We want to make sure we're well away that they can't see us.
Why don't you want them to see you?
Because we want them to go north along the shore.
We want them to go to the ship and not to the
They think this ship is
Trimer.
up north.
Is that what you're telling them?
Yeah.
Yes.
All I heard was you're going to set anchor. I didn't hear where you're setting anchor.
No.
Wherever we told them we would be.
Well,
Or
you
did we
didn't.
tell them we were going to set anchor?
Well, you guys figure out where you're going to set anchor.
Where we
We
were,
told them
Up north.
yes,
north.
like where the pirate
a
boat
couple
is.
hours north of their cove.
Okay.
Yeah.
A couple hours north of the cove. So an hour by their ships. Yeah.
By rowboat.
Yeah.
Well,
Hour by the sailing
Yeah,
ships.
I'm sorry, they're trimarans.
Trimarans. What'd you say? But yeah. All right. So they think you're up here.
Right.
Well, if we move down there in the dark, then they're seeing us.
I don't think we have far enough to. Oh, it's dark, so they aren't going to be able to see far. But that's. I think we could have only moved one hex, right? That's like 8 hours.
Oh, right. Yeah, but I'm gonna say. Okay, so you've gone 2 hexes, so this will be the evening. It is now the evening, and you're out at sea. Is that where you wanted to end up?
Yeah, because now we're going to take your boat in the shore
Yeah, come in on
and
the
around
down
high
here on the
darkness,
Mm-hmm.
and Captain can take the big boat wherever, just
after dark.
out of Dodge, or hang out here, I suppose, if we're confident they're going the wrong. They're going to go north.
Okay. It's nighttime of day 40. The sun is set. It's dark out.
Dark.
It's dark out on the sea. Only
Stars.
all the stars are out. You can see. Oh, we should roll for weather.
You think of these things at the most inopportune time.
Truly.
I think that's what they call inspiration.
Oh,
Yeah, world.
I have inspiration. Thank you.
No, that's not what he said.
All right.
Let's not think that he can't inspire himself anytime he wants.
Fortunately, it says a light breeze, 5 to 10 miles an hour from the north, and you are in the sea depth is deep, deep, deep. So, no, partly moon. No, it's not not even new moonly. No moonly. Full constellations. Milky Way is bright. A nice breeze for the sails of the ship in the darkness of night. You're sailing in from the ship, and it's a 5 of you. Bay's gonna stay with the ship, and Tumos pulls you in, and in the darkness of the night, you can see torchlights, the towers. I don't really have a yellow, so this is torchlight, right? Just torches. Torches.
So those like lookout towers.
Yeah.
And we'll put that's too big. It's too big. Where'd my napkin go? Whatever. That's why I got these close. And this doesn't erase very well. Fire. I don't know.
What, campfires
Fire.
Braziers.
or big campfires?
No, they're just campfires.
Yeah. And,
5 foot's not that horribly big for a campfire.
and those are like huts, tents.
Yeah.
What are they? Huts?
Grass huts.
Grass huts. Tikis.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing too.
Highly flammable.
Okay. something like that. You can see the firelight from the shore. How would you like to approach the beach?
We would like to
Discreetly.
sit and wait for their raiding party to leave.
With reckless abandon.
No. We wait for them. Some portion of them we assume is going to leave and go north.
Right.
We're waiting for that. Taking a nap.
You assume you can see. How close do you need to be even able to know that? If you could see that, couldn't they see you?
Did we decide the darkness to
Darkness
move with the
on
boat or not?
Yeah, darkness.
But we don't
on
have
the boat.
darkness.
Well, but we were
Bae-
saying they
Bae's
can-
with you.
Bae's
Oh,
with
I
us.
thought Bae was
Bae's
okay.
gonna stay on this
Oh,
boat.
This boat. Okay.
Right, and cast darkness on it so that it's dark. They don't see it. They don't
In the
see
dark.
him.
Okay.
So
But
okay,
he can still see.
He can sit. So he pulls you up to the south end of the beach.
Just out of sight.
What we're gonna say. This is north.
And this is their large ship.
No, this is the same piece of cardboard I used for his ship.
Okay.
That's the effectively a trimaran.
I didn't think it was big enough, but okay. So.
So you're off here somewhere, and you see them. Bay would convey that there's very little activity on the beach when you get there. As far as he can see, what he sees is something in the sentry tower. This sentry tower. Other than that, he doesn't see any other people. He sees a series. I have one here, but really we would have right, that's a one, and two, we'll put three of them. Follow that at all?
Yep.
Yep.
3 boats there, but there's no people at 10 p.m.
So I'm gonna immediately start casting a ritual silence on that tower.
How long does that last?
It takes 10 minutes to cast it, but I'm not using the
Wouldn't-
spell slot.
Wouldn't they realize?
And then it'll last 10 minutes.
Wouldn't they realize when it just suddenly goes?
Silence. They just won't be able to hear each other, but then they won't be able to say anything to anybody else either.
Yeah.
Won't that tip them off though?
So
Only if I don't abandon it at the end.
you're in your campground, right? Amongst the wilderness. This is dense jungle.
Right.
And now he can't hear that.
I haven't cast it yet.
Well, I'm telling you.
I understand what's going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and
What
I
I'm
guess-
trying to think of, what just to explain what my thinking is if they come out, or if they notice something, we'll have it,
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I think,
and
that's
then they
right.
can't
It's
go,
more-
help, somebody's over
I
here.
think it's more a question of mechanics for me. Of like, okay, if you're ritual casting something, does that mean at the end of the ritual it now happens,
Unless I abandon it.
Or can you hold
Yes.
or
You can't hold a ritual.
you can't hold a ritual?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'll abandon it, then I'll have to start all over. But at least for
What's the duration of a silent?
minutes.
10 minutes. Yeah. So you do this immediately when you pull up.
we don't know how long. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they see us. I could always abandon it and still cast it as a.
So you're just gonna keep doing that every 10 minutes
That's what I was
until
going to do.
something happens? Because it's 10 p.m. Something might not happen until 3 a.m.
Yeah, I mean, it seems futile, but if it could save our butts.
What else are you gonna do?
I don't know.
No, it's a good idea.
keep ritualizing it until something happens, and then cast it. Oh, until they can't yell.
does the DM think that that's something that's going to work? 'Cause
Oh, you can cast silence. That's a problem I have with the game in general. This concept of you can just keep doing cantrip after cantrip after cantrip after cantrip after cantrip. There's got to be some sort of exhaustion.
Yeah.
I'm not giving this to you. I'm just saying, as a game, it lacks that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So, I guess thinking about the focus it takes to ritualize for 10 minutes every time,
Mm-hmm.
I would probably wait until they start coming out, like something starts happening.
Yeah, and so you're there. It's 10 p.m. and Bay can see this. You're in the darkness, right? You guys, That's also, how long does the darkness last?
10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Was it only 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, that's a flaw in the plan.
Yeah, Bay would have known that,
Yeah.
right? So he has you up coast to the point where they're up there. The only way they would see you is if they pulled over.
Would the captain have let us? Does she have like spare spyglasses?
No, those are super expensive.
Yeah. Okay. So she wouldn't have let us go in.
But he has Qi-Ling,
Yeah, but that's visible.
not from the tree,
You could, absolutely, you could put it in the forest.
and he could just relay to Bay.
Yeah, we could say that. So, Bay releases his Qi-Ling, his spirit familiar, and the spirit familiar sticks to the trees and flows around, and Bay's looking through his eyes, and Bay relays that the sentry, or the Qi-Ling relays that the sentries in the towers, they're not people. They're like mannequins. They're dangling like stone scarecrows. They're scarecrows hanging on, so they move just slightly in the wind.
Huh.
There's not even sentries in the towers.
That's cool.
What does that mean?
Maybe they're understaffed.
Look over our shoulders.
She ate everybody.
Head count.
What would
Trying to cover overhead.
what would I forget
Tumo.
Tumo's take from that? Like, is Tumo very surprised by that?
Would they do that?
It wasn't until after Tumo left the group that they started doing these human sacrifices, and Tumo doesn't know to what extent, other than this leading that Red Bertram has fallen out of the good graces. He doesn't know to what extent the crew is turned or not turned, but he does know that there's a ceremony going on tonight.
And the familiar flew around. Whatever, is that another sentry tower, or what's that one?
It's a sentry tower.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's to the rear. That's
So
yeah,
all three of them have scarecrows.
Someone give me a D20 roll. Just somebody pick up a die and drop it.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Boom.
Nat 20. With a Nat 20, Qi-Ling will see that Nat 20. That's pretty darn good.
His first 20 D20 roll since in weeks, and it's a nat 20.
Comes off IR, hits the home run.
I don't think anyone's dice going to jail more often than Christians.
That there is, Qi-Ling will say there is 2 breaks in the barricade, one here and one here. This one is full of raptors, dinosaur raptors. This one seems to be a path that goes into a cave.
And those
And-
guys are.
And there's a person with the dinosaurs, and there's a person that seems to be watching the entrance of the cave.
And there's probably like like a cage with the raptors, and they'd open it and they'd come out, that sort of deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I might also say there's harnesses. Like maybe they even ride these raptors.
Now that scares me because anybody who's brave enough to ride a raptor.
So that's some information. Otherwise,
Not
the
a foot
beach,
raptor.
even though there's fires, it's entirely abandoned. If there's someone in the huts, he hasn't. The Chileen has not perceived it.
So that's our ambush.
Well, yeah, unless you want to.
This is 10 p.m. This is the 10 p.m. hour.
Okay, unless you want to keep waiting to see if they send out a raiding party.
And that was the plan.
That
Stick
was
to
the plan.
What if they don't?
Do we hear any music
Well, then
or
at
any
some point
chanting
we-
or anything like that?
Yeah.
Chileen did not pick up on any ritual type,
Yeah.
but there was a cave, and who knows how far they could hear it. How far would you really be able to hear that anyway?
Pass the barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
All right.
Do we stick to the plan or do we abandon the plan?
Oh no, it's too early to
Too
abandon
early
the
to
plan.
abandon.
I agree.
Okay.
Knowing that those towers are empty could be useful to be there.
Well,
Are the huts? Are those open doors on the huts?
They have
Dark vision if necessary.
nice. That's not magic vision. That is
yeah, you
needed.
need the magical.
Oh,
Dark vision is great for darkness, but this is
Magical
magical
darkness,
darkness, so you
yeah.
need magical witch's sight or devil's sight or whatever.
Inside.
The doors have grass hut doors.
Okay.
Think Door with the Island.
So we.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a coconut telephone. Okay, so we don't know if there's anyone in there.
Sure, you see a line strung from here to there.
Over!
The 10 o'clock hour passes. It is now 11 o'clock. Nothing has happened.
So these two don't move. They don't patrol.
They're just no. They're not moving much other than within their spaces. He ducks back and comes back with a hot cup of something liquid.
Just
in
to
his hand.
cover Bay, he's going to take a short rest every time an hour passes, so he's always fresh.
Okay.
I think that's reasonable.
Well, a
just
short
gonna
rest
sit
is an
there.
hour long.
Yeah, if we're waiting hours, so as long
Mhm.
as he can cast darkness fresh again every short rest.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to think of that.
Yeah.
I mean, he hasn't been casting darkness.
Right.
That's kind of what we said, but
And you're getting all this intel from his Teeling that's staying to the jungle area.
So wait, so we're in darkness or not?
You are not in darkness.
We're
Just
not.
the
We're
darkness
just-
of
We're
night.
far enough away
Okay,
and down
okay.
that they can't see us.
Okay, and
We're
he's
gonna
just
stick to the plan and wait till they come out.
and he's just
Wait till they
he's
leave.
He's floating in
floating
circles.
his drone around. Okay.
12 o'clock hour passes and nothing's happened.
I'm willing to go till 3 o'clock. Then we make our move one way or the other.
I agree.
It's the sleepiest time of day.
Well, yeah. Then we should take turns resting too, so that
Sure.
hopefully we're not. If we decide to storm this place at 4
Well,
a.m., we're not
yeah.
exhausted.
Midnight passes, nothing's happened.
I have a feeling somebody died tonight. We could have stopped it.
it wouldn't be the first time.
Exactly. Poor Red.
1 a.m. Nothing happens. You ever play hide and seek when you're hiding? You gotta pee. As soon as you hide, you gotta pee.
Piss off the side of the boat.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah. Squat off the side of the boat. It's a trimaran. There's plenty of
I
places to
didn't
be.
forget about that. Oh, guys, it's just outside. Oh, right.
2 o'clock.
Although she was one of the first to do to get naked, do the worm thing, so she probably isn't looking punch and about
Yeah.
piss off the
Yeah.
side of the boat in front of you either.
Fair point.
That's enough.
You can stop
No,
anywhere-
I thought you'd want me to pull all of them out.
Stop anywhere in here.
Yeah, you stop anytime.
I can stop anytime.
He's like, I choose to stop
These are probably
later.
the ones that are going off. So you,
Oh, maybe.
There you go. Thanks, Pollyanna.
Maybe you're right.
He's got a lot of pieces over there. A lot of stands.
If we're lucky, this is the raiding party.
yeah, for like, yep.
So out comes this big female. Well, Bay is relaying this from Qilin, right? He's in his trance state, and wheelbarrows come out, and greenish humanoids, followed by piratey looking people. The brown ones are a little
So wheelbarrows. Wheelbarrows are filled with.
stuff covered with tarps. Creepy hooded dudes.
Wouldn't it be something if those wheelbarrows were filled with explosives?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Could be.
High probability.
Could be. This is the.
Look at it, it's right here.
Could be all the grenades they were going to chuck on their ship.
Right.
How do we make them explode though?
Sacred flame.
One firebolt. That's all it takes.
Oh, the
And-
one that he took out of his ring? Dang it.
Yeah.
No, it was guiding bolt.
Oh, guiding bolt.
These guys go up to one of the, and they start emptying this wheelbarrow into one of the boats.
What does...
This takes most of an hour. This boat is laden with stuff and tethered to this boat. So you have boat, cargo boat, another boat, and these guys, they go back in.
4 of them.
These 4 go back in.
Who's that guy? Hooded guy?
One of the hooded guys goes back in. The big ugly mama dude goes back in. 2 of the knobbers
Would be knobbers.
pardon, go back in. I got pictures I can throw up here.
Those are skull hats, not their heads.
I thought it was their head at first. Thought the question, yeah.
There's Big Mama and the knobbers.
Okay.
Uh,
Nothing creepy about that.
Yeah.
Here's a hooded character. And pirates are pirates. Piratey looking people.
That thing in his hand, is that what they were loading onto the boat?
Not what is in his hand, more like the stuff that's in their hands. But you don't know that. All you know is there's barrels and stuff, crates of stuff.
Okay.
And
Supply run.
They head in the direction that you said the ship was going to be.
And there is no longer anybody guarding the opening.
Oh no, they're there. So
Okay.
this female is here. This male is here. Absolutely, someone there.
Okay.
And we're out of earshot of everything, right?
Now, do you
Okay.
want to be?
Well, kind of, because we've got the sending shell, right?
You have Chileen speaking to Bay and Bay
No.
whispering to you.
To the captain.
Oh, the conch shell.
The conch shell.
Yeah, you can send that thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so we could like message the captain like, hey, they're leaving now.
Yeah, but they're going to the place where
We left.
Tumo told them the ship would be. The ship is not where Tumo said the ship would be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
the ship is out
They moved.
east.
Yeah.
Okay.
He said the ship would be up the shore to the north,
And we actually
and
found
you're
this with
pretty much further than they can see out to
Okay.
the
Okay.
east.
Yeah.
All right, these guys pull away.
So
Operation has begun.
It would be a great time if somebody had a firebolt.
Well, Tumo would probably tell you. These guys have been dealing with this for a long time. There's protections against accidental.
discharge.
They have some way to ignite this that is. You're not just gonna drop one.
yeah, they've
and it's
invented
gonna-
blasting caps. Okay, well, but that's good. So a bunch of people left.
Yeah.
So
Was there a head count? Did you give us a head count?
I think 8.
8.
Just generally.
so Bay has not used darkness thus far. Is that what
Not
we
yet.
decided?
Not yet.
So the last 10
And it can
minutes.
move with the boat.
It can move.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we could put it on the boat and, or maybe we just, I don't know, maybe we just walk in around the guard tower.
No.
You want to go
we
here,
said we couldn't do that.
but there's danger here with the raptors.
Yeah, we
Only
need
if
to.
the gate. Only if it
We-
gets open.
We need to neutralize that
Yes.
pirate,
You
So
need
she
to
can't let
neutralize
the
both of
raptors
them.
loose.
which you can't let the raptors loose.
I mean, I could use sleep, but I only have,
What's the range?
I only have so many spells.
But that,
60 feet.
I mean, that would be a good use of sleep because if she lets the raptors out,
It's going to be noisy,
she's let the raptors out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and it'll be noisy,
it'll be noisy.
which will bring everybody from the caves, which we also don't want.
So they can't really probably see each other in the dark.
All right, let's assume I can take care
Oh,
of her.
Well, there's
I think
torches
they
on the
can.
tower. Yeah.
That's only 40 feet.
How do we take care of him?
Because if she goes to sleep, he's going to notice.
Yeah. I mean, that's why they have it set up that way. That plus their coconut phone.
Yeah.
Okay, so somebody can be invisible, right?
Yes.
So we make somebody invisible and they go sneak up on her.
What kind of invisibility is it? Is it greater invisibility?
No, it's regular.
So no spell without.
But you
making
can use it
themselves
to
invisible.
sneak up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Um,
I would say sneak up on him. I only have to get within 60 feet to cast silence. To cast sleep.
and if anybody's going to be sneaking up on anybody,
Right.
it's the person with sneak attack who can
Right.
then actually make use of it. Be like, there's no use in me sneaking up on them and doing like 5 points of damage.
You would not do 5 points of damage, would you?
Yeah.
Barbarian with rage?
Rage doesn't give me any more damage.
No. Okay.
It helps with the attack.
Yeah.
No.
You
no
can't be
extra
reckless,
damage.
right? Reckless doesn't help you with it. It just gives you advantage.
Gives you advantage. Until I get my second attack, next level.
So we send one invisible person to go cast sleep and
Yeah.
one stealthy person to go
Okay.
cut a throat. Is that what we're doing?
It sounds
Or
like
at
a
least-
decent plan to me.
Stick your hand over her mouth and
It's that, or we neutralize one and then we, get help.
I mean, I could sneak to If we
Nope,
get the
no, it
boat
falls
close
in that
enough,
depth.
I can get within 60 feet of her, right? She's like right here. If I come up over here, that's 60 feet, right?
I kind of know.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60
So I have to
feet.
get here then?
Somewhere in there, yeah.
I still think that's doable.
It's doable.
There's a lot of cover. And I'm decent
Yeah,
at
you
stealth.
come past the tower and past that by that hut.
Right.
She won't be able to see you, maybe.
I'm sure the raptors will
Unless
smell
you can go on the
long
other side of
before-
the. I suppose the jungle comes right up to the side of the other side of the tower.
Yeah.
You can't
Why did
sneak
I
on
have
this
to pack
side of
the
it.
incense?
The barricades go right up to it. As if it was designed that way.
Fancy that.
Interesting. You made it a perfect circle.
Fits perfectly.
Alright. So the plan is for me to sneak up there and him to sneak over there.
So, how you getting there?
Do I need the invisibility? That's the question.
Oh no, he's gonna get.
Are you
invisibility.
swimming?
If it means
Are you
coming
pulling the boat up?
No,
Pulling the
I
boat
think
up.
the idea was Ken casts darkness on the boat.
Okay.
Boat pulls up.
Mm-hmm.
The two of them hop out.
So we have Tremor and Artemis.
Yes.
Slide out of the boat, wade up to the shore. One of you is invisible or not yet?
Christian's gonna be invisible.
Yeah, Christian's
Artemis.
invisible.
Artemis is invisible.
I am not.
This is you.
Yes.
And do you have some way to call out to us to come running if it goes to shit?
I think you'll know by the
Because we can't see.
and me screaming. "Ah!"
Yeah, we can't see.
I think if it
Just
goes
remember,
to shit, we'll know that.
They will know.
Yeah,
Well,
they
after-
will know.
they can see. Okay.
It's more the signal if it has worked.
Caca!
Yeah, I like that.
That was right, but they can see, so that's all right.
Yeah.
So the rest of us are just depending on Bay to tell us if we need to go.
Could I ask Bay to use Chiling to like maybe distract them somehow?
Knock over the torches on the guard tower.
Oh, yeah, we'll want to get rid of that torch,
Do you?
do we? That would really draw their eyes to it. Unless we knock over that torch.
So I'm
I
looking
was
at line
thinking-
of sight. And he doesn't really have a good line of sight over there. She doesn't really have a good line of sight between these two things.
No.
So
But-
I feel like I could get through at least up to there.
If you want a distraction, I
Under
was saying
3/4 cover.
the
for
torch
stealth.
is closest to them. If Cheeling can knock them over, I don't know.
Well,
It's
what
something to distract them. Just help.
Anything that makes your eyes look that way, not this way.
Okay. Or can Cheeling pick things up?
No, he's a ghost.
Oh, okay. Oh, so he can't move things. Or
That's right. He wouldn't be able to.
Okay.
But I mean, a ghost in the middle of the night is pretty spooky.
Can he make
It
himself
gets
visible?
attention.
But I agree with Tremor.
Pays attention.
Neither one of them has a good range of sight with all these things
yeah,
going.
yeah.
Can the ghost become visible?
Yeah. Ghost is visible.
Well, there's a distraction right there.
So he just like Chiling comes over here, and they can see it. And then from there, when they're distracted, I'll make my move, and he can start making his move.
Tell me what you do.
They just told you.
No,
So when
I'm going to do this.
when Chiling is over there distracting,
Okay.
the distraction is successful, and they look.
Okay. When Chiling is
Boogity boogity boo.
Yeah, there you go, perfect.
all right, and is that where you want her?
That's where I want him.
Chiling is here.
Well, I want her to see him, but yeah.
Well,
So move it to by the fire.
here.
Yeah.
There you
So
go.
now, back so that he can see it too.
Place it for me.
Yes. So she can see now, and he can see.
I agree.
All right. So once that happens, I will stealth up to here. Do I have to roll, or do you feel like I have good cover and distraction?
I think you have advantage on your stealth check.
All right. Sorry.
And hey, you see that? What is that?
17 plus 2. 19.
Yeah, as far as you can tell,
That's not even. The other one was 7.
as far as they seem well distracted. Hey, yeah, go get blah blah blah. Yeah, what is that?
Now, meanwhile, what is Artemis doing?
So you've gone stealth. They see this thing. There's an interaction here. This guy ducks back into the cave.
Scared of ghosts. Look at that.
Well,
Which you couldn't see. But you would have heard it say.
Fair enough.
You heard her say, "Go get blah 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 blah."
Okay.
Either
Either way,
you're invisible. You can just run.
saunter up to wherever, right?
Yeah. Cut her throat.
Well, am I killing her now?
well,
The original plan was.
you could go by me and say, "Hey, I'll get."
No. There's no talking here.
Yeah, no.
You do what you do.
Fair enough. This is a meanwhile. So I've
Yeah.
done what I'm doing.
Right.
You're
You
down.
see him sneaking up. You're invisible.
The number one thing that we discussed on the boat before we got here is we need to make sure the raptors aren't let out.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, then. Now, would I have seen or heard him step back? Nope.
But when you get close enough, you'll see he's not there.
Right.
And then you'll have to make a choice. Do you continue after him or go take care of her? What are you going to do?
Right.
All you know is he just snuck up the side,
You got this, Artemis.
and you heard them. You heard some. You see that? What the fuck is that?
But you were planning to go after him, right?
That was the original
Yeah.
intent.
So you would at least go that direction until you.
No matter
Yes.
what you do, it's
See
equal
left.
or better.
Right. Well, let's see. What? It's 30 to move it. We're over here somewhere.
No, I think it's time.
Fives?
I think it's time for initiative.
These fives.
Yes. Go ahead and move. Put them where you want.
Excellent.
Nah, we're gonna start these people for now. All right.
I actually have advantage on my initiative. I don't know how that works. Why?
So moved and dashed to there.
All right. Roll your initiative. Tremor, what'd you get?
Oh, 6.
6. Oh, you guys don't need to do it. You're not part of this
Not
yet.
yet.
Artemis, what'd you get?
9.
9.
Oh, good.
Yeah. You know.
All right.
We're still undetected. Other than Chi-Ling
Okay.
as a distraction,
So your sleep failed?
I haven't done it yet.
You haven't done it yet.
I just moved up into position. And so meanwhile, he was doing his move.
So we should probably have Bay move Chi-Ling.
There's no more communicating with Bay.
Not us.
That's right. The rest of you.
Can't see anything.
Are sitting in the dark in the boat.
Yeah, you're sitting.
Well,
But
we're
but
eyes
Bay
open.
is in his trance and he's kind of looking through his eyes and saying, "Okay, I see Artemis has now moved up. The guards,
No, wouldn't be able to see Artemis.
Chi-Ling can see Artemis.
Even
Chi-Ling's
though,
right there.
even though Artemis is invisible?
Correct.
Okay.
Cannot see Artemis. Thank you.
I mean, I know Bay has the true sight or whatever, but
Right. Yeah. So he can. Chi-Ling. He can say Artemis has gone invisible and Tremor has snuck off.
And the guy just.
And the guy has, yeah, because the guy could see it could see the guy. All right, so Artemis, Pirate, and Tremor. Artemis, you're actually first.
Sweet. Okay.
You get to that vantage point, and you notice the guy's not there.
All right. Guy's not here.
Now, and there's jungle for some amount of time, but from your intelligence, somewhere back there's a cave.
Right. My target. I don't have eyes on the target. All right. Well, then let's see. Bring this over
You
here.
have no radio communication. You're on your own, man.
We lost comms. Comms are down.
You could shout.
No.
You could absolutely
It's a
communicate.
sandy beach, right? Not
It's a
hard
sandy
rock.
beach. Yeah. Maybe stone, but sandy.
Well,
I was thinking
stone.
sandy.
If it's stone, it matters.
It was sandy.
Okay.
Sandy. Hey, you look back, you can see footprints.
Well, I'm thinking tremor sense. I have tremor sense.
Oh.
So. If I could hear him on stone, then I know where he is.
Well, let's see.
You know what? For a group initiative, I gotta put you the rest of you last. All right.
I'm invisible. And that was something that was cast on me. Now, if I do something, is that below the
Yep.
invisible?
If you,
It's cast a spell or attack.
any action, basically.
Well, not any action.
It's what's the spell? Read the spell.
Yeah.
It's
That's gonna have a
I think
heavy
it's
influence.
basically if you cast a teller. But I'll read it.
Cast a spell or make an attack for sure.
Yeah. The spell ends early, immediately after the target makes an attack roll, deals damage, or casts a spell.
Okay. Well, that really limits what I can do here.
It's
Well,
supposed to.
yeah,
It's a low level invisibility
The
spell.
idea is you would get in position, you would do your sneak attack.
Yeah.
Is the idea.
Okay. All right.
And deal as much damage as you can.
Right. What is that?
Oh, you should go investigate.
No, I don't think I will. And that's a different color.
Might be the charred remains of red.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
Or it could be a
what's
statue
left of
to-
red?
All right, so you can stop there. What you see is an idol to Moloch, but this one's not sitting. This one is standing. Let's see if I can find it.
Its eyes.
It's black.
Creep towards you.
Did I? Oh, I might not have ever.
Made of obsidian.
That's right.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is. Well, some blackish stone.
Onyx.
Some black stone. There it is. Looks
Anybody else lose power last night?
no.
No, it was over by you. I
Yeah.
know somebody in your neighborhood who lost power.
Looks kind of like that.
Well,
Very nice. Which
impressive.
that fetched a pretty penny.
It's 5 foot tall, 3 feet wide. Looks like it'd be very heavy.
Okay.
You're not investigating. You're just gonna go on forward. That's
yeah,
fine.
So that was normal movement, and then now. So here's a question. So she's standing guard with the raptors, right?
So she is behind a cage. She is actually here.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
There's a fence here. She is in
In the fence with the raptors.
with the raptors.
Okay.
That's a
And with the torchlight there on the tower, can I?
You know what? That doesn't even make sense. There's probably she's probably out. She's outside the fence. I'll give you that. Yeah.
Can I see? Can I see with the torchlight from where I'm at? Is there like a visible lock on this fence? Is it integrated into the fence?
There's a latch.
Or just a latch?
She is there, and it seems like her job is to release the hounds if trouble comes.
Right. I get that. I'm trying to figure out, does she release them by? It's
Lifts up the latch, opens the gate, out they come.
okay. So no lock. No.
There probably is a lock. It's just open at this point.
Okay.
If they weren't in high alert, they would probably be locked. But she is there, ready to pull it.
Okay.
I need you to do a stealth check with advantage.
Uh, 18 plus 6 is 24.
She seems she is like nervous and excited and adrenaline's going because this creepy ass thing is in their camp, and she's got a hand on that latch like
Right.
waiting to release it on this thing.
Okay. Now, was that for me to get to there without her seeing?
That
or-
was your stealth check for this turn.
Okay. All right. Okay. Normal movement. Now, would that roll cover me getting all the way up?
You're gonna dash.
I'm thinking about it.
Do you get like a second wind or anything? Or an action? A second action?
You are a rogue / bard.
Action surge.
No, nothing like that, I don't think.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
Just
go
trying to
fast.
figure- I'm just trying to figure out,
I don't think you can close
do I
this.
hold here or do I keep going?
What's the call, Judge?
Yeah,
No. Yeah.
I get it. But you're
I want to talk to you, but I can't.
I know,
I
but
don't want to stick
from my understanding of the plan,
I was going to cast spell on
you put
sleep
her
on
out.
her.
Okay.
Now, if that doesn't work, she's going to know.
Right.
I would even say, as you were walking by there, you heard voices deep from coming into the jungle. You couldn't see them.
From the cave, you mean?
Well, there's some amount of jungle before you get to the cave.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, but whoever those are more manageable than raptors. Raptors are a problem. Okay.
Can I cast mending on the lock to make it lock? I mean, I'm fixing something that's not.
I cast spot weld.
Yes, tack weld.
Now, he doesn't know you're there. You
How big is this thing?
move and dash. That was your dash.
Yep.
Is your turn done?
It's not in close contact with her.
You're 10 feet away.
Yeah.
Well, it also does depend who has lower hit points.
No, it doesn't.
Really?
The spell is different now.
Oh.
They changed sleep. Yeah.
It's weak, but it's also better.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I
Yeah.
didn't know
I think-
that.
I think-
Well, it used to be sleep was only good until like 4th, 5th level.
Right.
That's your turn.
Yeah.
So I can see her,
Tremor. Yeah. And you.
and with the light,
Well,
with the flames shining, I probably can detect a shadow.
No.
No?
He's invisible.
Okay.
If you
Shadows
could.
don't go.
Yeah.
We could see him.
I don't know.
She could
Yeah.
see him.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. If
I
you
was
could.
waiting for you to call him out on a shadow. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alright.
No, you wouldn't cast shadow. You're invisible.
Okay. Fair enough.
I'm gonna say no.
Alright.
Doesn't mean
I'm
next
good
time
with
I
that
won't
because
say.
it protects Christian too.
Did you Google it?
No.
Okay.
So I am going to cast sleep on her and the raptors. Those are the only ones I can see. Those are the only
You
ones
can't. See,
I targeted.
Well, it's each creature of your choice.
Yeah.
You don't know he is there, so he is not of
I don't know that you can see raptors.
Oh, you're saying I can't see him behind the cage?
Yeah,
I don't
there's
know
a
if they're, like,
cage.
right up there.
I mean, this is all dense jungle.
I see
There's
her.
this opening.
That's fine.
I mean, no,
If you're saying I can't see the raptors, I can't
I'm,
see
I'm
them.
not sure you
move
could see
closer
her.
if you
It's
want.
your imagination. I'm
All right.
It doesn't say anything about seeing them. It says each creature of your choice in a 5-foot radius sphere centered on a point within range must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be
Yeah,
incapacitated.
but they've also said that sphere cannot be an intersection anymore. It has to be.
Oh, okay.
So you're hitting her.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
What's
But-
5-foot radius though?
So yeah, it's 5 foot
Five.
radius. It's okay.
So not.
I only
It's
wanted
not
to under
15
her.
though.
No.
No, but it would be 4 of these.
No, again, I said they no longer can use target on an intersection. You have to target it on
But
a.
it's
Right.
5-foot radius, and each of these squares is 5 foot.
So you go out to here. Okay, I agree.
Yeah.
Of the neighboring.
Yeah.
A radius.
Okay, you're not hitting raptors, but
That's
look
fine.
at. Follow me here. Look at the table.
Mhm.
Your line of sight.
Okay. I will move up to.
Again, you don't have to
Nope.
see her.
That's
You
true.
just have to be in range.
That's true. I had seen her at one point.
Yes,
so I know.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
All right, I'll just cast.
All right, and she
some-
needs to make a wisdom.
Wisdom 11.
Wisdom 11. This is plus nothing. Fails.
Yay! She goes down. She gets to do it again. A save next turn. Well, it's
Okay.
good that Christian's there, because he can now incapacitate her by binding her or killing her,
sure.
or
Now she's
she will wake up if you stab her.
Well,
Right.
it's now her turn.
Right?
She's incapacitated until the end of its next turn, at which point it
It's
must
next.
make another save.
Sorry, I quoted it wrong. It is the next turn.
If it fails the second save, the target has unconscious condition for the duration of the spell.
It's her turn now.
All right, I'm just telling
Does
you.
she get a save at the end of her turn now?
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Her next turn. So this
It's
turn.
her turn now. Still asleep.
Yay! So
So
now
she's-
she's good.
Now unconscious for 1 minute.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Okay.
That's the
Which
duration.
hopefully should be most of this. If you want to bind her, not a bad idea.
Yep.
Now I'm seeing her go down. Well, I'll now move out so I can see her.
Now she will still wake up.
It's not your turn. It's his turn. Because I moved to her turn.
Yep, yep.
She will still wake up if she takes damage, or someone within 5 feet takes an action to shake her out of the spell's effect.
So I didn't move on my turn.
Agreed?
Can I move?
No.
Okay.
Because we waited to see what happened to her.
It's okay. Let's play it out. Let's go.
Yeah, we moved forward. And,
Yeah, we
and- yeah,
And
we-
it's got to work against me too.
Artemis' turn.
So I absolutely will.
Actually, it's not Artemis. Team's turn.
Yes.
The owl just saw her fall.
That is
You don't see anyone next to her. You don't see this, right? You just saw her fall unconscious.
And the other dude's gone.
And waiting the 6 seconds, she didn't get back up.
Okay.
What do you have Bay do with Chilene, if anything?
Get rid of Chilene.
Just keep
Or-
general watch. I think.
Yeah, but he needs to move Chilene out of the way so they cannot see him when they come back.
But
Yeah.
should-
Do we need to leave the boat?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's go go go.
Go, 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 go.
Yeah.
So, where's Chilene going?
tree line.
Away from any light.
Into the trees.
Wherever. Yeah, it's out of
Out of sight. Not doing anything, just going in. All right.
keeping watch, but out of sight.
Well,
We're being
no,
sheep.
stop. He changed the words. You now said he's keeping watch, which is not
Yeah,
just
I mean,
be specific.
I don't think Ken would want to just be completely blind.
I agree.
So he would be keeping watch, maybe in the tree line or up
Keeping watch
higher,
of what?
The area.
the area.
Of the beach.
What's happening?
That's why I was going to put him here.
And
Out in the middle where he's visible.
Sure.
Well, if he's up out of the light, he won't be visible.
yeah,
He's a
maybe,
ghost,
maybe
what's
up,
gonna-
up,
Well, he's the aspiration. He's
You know.
visible.
maybe up
Up in the darkness.
higher.
Yeah.
He was 50 feet up or something.
I'm not trying to be a jerk here,
Yeah.
guys. I'm just.
No, that's fair.
Well, if he goes up 50 feet up, he won't be visible.
All right.
Yeah.
So he's now
We'll
50
just put
feet
this
up.
there and we'll
All
say
right.
that he's up in the air.
Okay. He's 50 feet up in the air.
I think it's fair.
All right. All right. Now
Where-
you guys are going to
Get off the boat,
get off the boat.
move and dash. I think we need to get up here close to this opening and get ready for anything that comes out.
We should
Both sides. Both
Faye
sides.
staying on the boat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. That's your turn. Directed. You no longer have the benefit of this. Only
Right.
Bay does.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? And you guys make it here on your turn. That's your turn.
Oh,
Okay.
Get out of the boat.
just to get out of the boat. Okay.
Get out the boat. Get to the beach.
Got it. Okay.
Next turn, you can do stuff. All right.
Okay.
Matter of fact, why don't you each roll initiative for me? Now we're back to the top of the order with Artemis.
All right. So, Artemis would absolutely take steps to attempt to bind this guard without any intent to shake vigorously to wake them up. Right?
Yeah. Any movement of her, I'm going to give her advantage on her spell check.
She doesn't have a check.
You're right. She has 1 minute where she's
1
dead,
minute, yeah.
where she's dead to the world. I'll give you that.
Okay. So,
You bind her.
yep. And no, that's the turn. I guess that's the
Big
action,
piece of felt.
right?
From the corner or something.
Is it part of this or?
No, I don't think so. It's like a
Plastic.
pad that goes in the bottom.
All right. Wonder what?
Maybe Christians.
All right. So,
Give me a d20 roll.
It's like a furniture pad.
Add your survival modifier.
I thought it was like a piece of chocolate, cake or something.
Good thing you didn't eat it.
Yeah, oh, did that.
it's a 17.
Okay.
All right.
That's your action.
Yep.
Still invisible, right?
Yep.
Could you ask about the lock on the gate?
No lock on the gate.
Right. Just this latch.
Just
thing.
as the latch.
Just latch.
So part of me's like, do I do something to try to further secure the gate?
Roll a luck check.
That's a 6.
Modifiers.
Damn.
Something from the woods, the
Oh,
jungle.
I was thinking, the gate springs open. No.
Let's see.
Your luck modifier.
Weird,
Well,
strange noises.
Is this the whole?
What's your number on your luck?
14.
Currently, it's +2.
There you go.
That
That's
would make it 8.
Yep. There you go.
And then it's a question of whether we add anything more on top of that. Correct?
No.
No. Okay.
It's a +2.
Okay.
6 + 2 is 8. What you notice is the latch is open. If someone were to push on that, it would just come open.
Okay. Well, that's not good.
Stick a stick in it.
So maybe you should latch it.
Well, can I do that, being that I just used an action to bind this gal?
That's a free action. I'll let you just tap
Okay,
it closed.
Then I would like to do that.
Yeah, you tap it closed. Right, you still have movement.
Okay.
If it was too bad, yeah, the door might have floated open. What you do here is the uneasiness of creatures behind that gate.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
Oh, did you stick a sock in her mouth?
Oh, good lord.
I mean, just because she's bound.
okay, next turn you can stick a sock in her mouth.
Yeah.
If you don't move.
Yeah, if you want to stay there.
Or tie a rope around.
For free, you get the sense that the creatures sense something is
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, yeah.
I would
Okay.
move.
Yeah, I'm going to move. Okay.
It doesn't say in the sleep thing if someone touches her or anything that they would.
If
If
someone has to take
if
action.
it was you, okay.
Mhm.
But does the action have to be specifically intentional to wake her up?
That's what it is.
I don't. It does say that, but I don't think so. I mean, obviously there is. I think that's more of like the friend action. You have been put to sleep.
Yeah.
I would go over, take an action,
Yeah.
and shake you. I think anything that has an equivalent effect,
So I'm just thinking,
shaking someone awake.
binding somebody's hands
He
would be
said-
the from a dungeon master's perspective. I know you said it.
Yeah.
I let it happen. I'm not sure I'm going to let this happen in the future because if you're moving their hands and binding them,
I think.
I think that
is-
would be the equivalent of shaking somebody.
I don't think. So. I don't think so.
You're the DM.
Because
Okay.
because they're magically
disagree.
unconscious.
I let it happen. I let it happen.
You know.
No,
But I
I
mean,
think
vigorously shaking someone versus tying their hands.
All right,
Flop of the
you're
arm.
asleep. would someone be able to tie your hands together while you were asleep?
Well, I don't sleep very well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but what's the
But
point?
she's
It's a
magically
magic
asleep.
sleep.
I agree.
So I would compare it more to like a 5-year-old asleep, right? Where you can lift them up and carry them around and punt them like
All right.
football, and they still asleep,
That is
right?
true. That is true. I let it happen.
I've moved over there.
Oh, you've moved over there. Just the edge. Okay.
I did say she was incapacitated, right?
Incapacitated.
So
That was Artemis. We're back to Tremor.
I will move into a position where I can see that she's
can't
asleep
take any
now.
action.
Yep.
Action or
So,
reaction.
Up and
out there.
yeah.
Broken.
About
Actually,
the-
I would go to the inside of that hut. That's on the other side, between the fire and the
All right.
See that she's not
Do
there.
anything.
See that he's not
She was
there.
incapacitated,
You can't see him
and
at
then
all.
She became unconscious.
No, not him. The guy that was the guard.
Turned incapacitated.
The
Because
other
Okay.
guy.
Okay. Yeah.
Not
It
there
seems.
anymore.
It doesn't seem like there's anyone there.
And I'll see that she's now bound. So I guess Artemis did that. And I will try to get into position behind that.
Strength and dex.
That yeah. by the
You
door.
started here.
Oh yeah, sure.
You were unaware.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
No, it's, yeah.
Here.
And
Turn it back on.
Takes us like a, yeah.
my bonus action. There's nothing. Yeah, I don't have anything to do. It's a bonus action. I'm done. That was full movement, right? And dash. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Move and dash. All right. Let's add people here. Jeff, what'd you get for
A 7.
7? Tumo. Initiative.
Oh, 20.
20. Belinda.
I actually have advantage
16.
on my.
16.
That's cool.
All
I
right.
don't understand that. I didn't know you could have that.
Well,
I can give it to
some
you.
people some people get it. I know Mike Barbarian, my other game, gets it. All right, I'm gonna circle back. This is so. Don't hang me on this. Retconning. Tumo, it's your turn for the correct.
Tumo.
Tumo should have gone. Tumo,
Yeah, I want to move and dash.
where would you like to move and dash?
I want to get as close to this.
Yep.
Using cover of the huts when I'm
5,
done.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay.
Belinda.
Yeah, musket.
Move and dash, and
Yeah.
she's got 40 feet, so I want to maybe angle a little more to that side of the.
5,
of
10,
Artemis.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
Okay.
Oh, here, you do it.
Let's go. Was it
5,
this one?
5.
10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40.
All right. Artemis, where we went. Jeff.
I'm gonna move and dash as well, and that's 70 total.
Would you like to be next to Belinda?
Sure. Yeah, my goal was to get to kind of this area over here.
Out in the open.
Well,
No, I mean up against the eventually.
Eventually get there. He can't get there now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't get there in one turn.
70.
But
70's it's 10
And he
feet,
moved
right?
80, so.
5,
he should
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
You have a jump too. Don't you?
There's 40.
That's big.
And you want.
70.
So, next to Belinda. Would you like to be here? Or maybe back here?
Oh no, next Belinda. Yeah.
There's good?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. Oh, you. Action. Did you want to rage?
Bonus action. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. I'll rage.
All right. That was Jeff. Tremor already went. All right. Pirate's turn. The person that went in and 2 others come out. I need all of you to make stealth checks and then you get advantage.
20 unnatural.
Wild
Unnatural 20.
7.
21.
Okay. Jeff runs up, his kicks balloons. Ah!
I think it's more that he's just so big that like he's not hiding. Like he thinks he's hidden, he's not hiding.
And they say,
He's like Drax. You can't see.
Lucille,
Yeah.
what happened to Lucille? And he says, Joe, go back in there and get help. And these guys run over to Lucille. He gets about here and he says, oh, Joe, I think we got company. And he points right at you. And Joe says, get back in the cave. And he starts going back.
Now, is that an opportunity attack?
From opportunity attack
Artemis.
from Artemis,
Artemis.
if you want it. As he's running back in, he goes and
Well.
Your invisibility will go away. But
He went past. He had to go past Artemis to get to where he's at.
I would agree. So these guys, at that point though, Jig wasn't up,
Right.
so I don't think you would have done anything, right? So first person to run and go get
Well,
Lucille.
you would have heard him.
I'll give him the chance.
Right. No.
They just said, "Oh, Lucille, something happened to Lucille. Go check him out." And they both start running.
Mm-hmm.
They pass him the first time. Do you do anything?
But they've already sent the third person back.
They've
correct?
already sent the third person back. What do you do? Do you use a opportunity attack
Or
a basic action on one of those guys, or do you do nothing at this point, not knowing anything else?
No, because in some regards the jig is up because they've already sent the third person back.
They sent,
So
well,
exposing myself to these two
you're
doesn't
right.
help.
I was wrong. They didn't know the jig was up until here. At this point, oh, there's someone here. Go get help.
now here's a question: can he use the grapple and still be invisible? It's not
That's
causing,
an action.
not causing damage. It doesn't say.
But it's an attack.
It's
yeah.
is it an attack?
Yeah, I think so. I think
Because
so.
there's the attack action, whereas like grapple is listed as one of the actions along with attack. Now, I don't. This is where we need Ken, right?
Yeah.
Ken's our role player, right?
I'm going to say that would count.
Yeah, I
It's a
think that's
hostile
fair.
action.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah,
hostile
yeah,
action.
it is
Yeah.
hostile action.
They said, go back in. And so the third guy goes back in. And Jig is up. He's starting to come back this way. He said, "Oh, run, go back to the cave." He's running, and he's here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is kind of a second opportunity to use a opportunity attack. She actually is seemingly running back into the cave, toward the cave at least.
Right.
Do you make an action? She's right there.
Right.
Can I borrow your hoodie?
Yeah. It's cold down here. I agree.
Cold.
You don't think it's cold?
No, I'm hot. Yeah, menopause hot flashes.
I was just thinking the same thing. I just didn't say it.
These kind of thoughts going through your head that you just won't say out loud.
I was thinking, I'm just cold on the surface. I don't feel really cold. Topical.
My temperature rises when I dungeon master, so I don't notice.
I'm male. I don't have.
I still have my
that
shoes
on.
on.
we know.
Wait, whose turn?
It's me. He's waiting on me.
You
So-
get one basic attack,
Right.
and then you become visible.
Right. But they've already seen Jeff.
Yes.
Someone's already gone in. This is a second person going in.
Yes.
Now the first person went in just to say the Chilene is gone, but this one she's going in to say
No, that's
No.
not what he said.
No, there was 3 people.
right. First one went
First
in.
one said something's going on.
Go back and get help.
Go back. So once they saw Jeff, they said, "Oh, someone's here. Go get help."
Right.
Okay, so
So-
you went in to get help.
Right.
Okay.
So help is going to come. So we need to lessen. We need to lessen the adversaries like now. So yes, I'm going to attack this person.
Okay.
Does he get the sneak attack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's invisible.
Yeah.
Base contact.
I want to make sure the DM's on board with that.
Fine.
I
Yeah.
don't care whether the DM's on board with it or not.
He does.
invisible.
Okay, 17 plus 4 to 21 is to hit.
Yes.
Woohoo, he's hot tonight.
And that's all right. Good thing we got the sneak attack, and that's another 2d6 on top of that. So 3 and
There we go.
12 points of damage.
12 total points of damage. All right. Oh, it's well bloody. You spin him around, and he looks like did he trip over the thing? Son of a. And he.
And then poof, you're invisible now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Does that
Ah.
change what you?
No, she runs into the cover of the jungle path. All right, and this guy throws open the cage.
Oh shit!
What?
Yeah.
He already moved. And
He
then
moved.
Then later on, he takes his action.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Okay.
do that.
You would do that.
Hey, how far did he...
Is it, oh, is it
No,
still his
no.
turn?
We wanted to go one way, and DM wants to go the other way, so he's doing what he's got to do.
No, we also made him back up and to the opportunity attacks and all that other stuff. So that's fair.
A free action to. I gave you the free action to close it. It wasn't locked. Free action to open it. All right. That was the pirate's turn. The team is no longer got an initiative count. Delete. Tumo. You tell me what you're doing, bud.
Oh. Well, I wanted to shoot the pirate, but now I'm going to
Well,
have
he still
to shoot.
can.
I think he's the lesser threat. So I'm going to shoot one of the raptors.
Okay.
Nice if I had advantage. 12 plus 6 is 18. I assume that hits.
Yep.
1d12 plus 12, so that's 22.
Nice hit. It's still up.
Good God.
The pirate or the
Raptor.
The raptor.
Oh, I'm wrong. The first one went down. I had the wrong hit points on these.
So I don't have time to reload. I'll have to reload later. So I'm putting the gun in my bag and I'm pulling out my scimitars.
Good.
Why does he have more?
Huh?
Why does he bring more over?
Because there's more.
I've got plenty of these guys. I spent all day making raptors.
He has to have enough to kill us. TPK.
Now the good news is you put one down in one shot.
With 22 points of damage.
22 points.
22 points of damage. Put
You
one
have
down.
something that can do 22 points?
Something better
Okay.
if it works.
Movement.
That is a good idea.
These come out. They're looking right at you. One went down. Two more. They sniffed it.
Bill, get up, Bill.
You hear this clicking noise.
Get up, Bambi. Get up.
The
They
question
they
is
excel.
where to move to.
They exhale their nose. Take a deep breath in.
Of course, I could run around the other side and leave a poor little Tremor over here all by himself. God, where could we set up a perimeter to protect ourselves? We need to get back to back to back. So I'm going to run over here next to Jeff and Belinda. Yeah. Guys, the Raptors are out. We need to get back to back to back.
It's now the Raptors' turn.
Crap.
Wait, did they get their own initiative?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
No, so am I. I should have done something about the cave or the cage, not attacking a person that was going to alert when the alert was already given.
This one's already dead. You guys have enough problems. We got two of them on you, on Tremor, and they pounce on you. This is +5 to hit with pack tactics. So first one is a 21.
Yep.
The second one is more than 21. And they hit you. So, because they hit, you need to make 2 DC 13 strength saving throws.
It's cocked. Is that cocked again? That's an 11. What is it, DC? What?
13.
13 strength.
So that's 15. Oh, 14.
Still good enough.
And that's 12.
12?
Yeah.
You get knocked prone. These guys are on top of you.
Unless you want to burn some luck.
Nope.
Yeah, that's my bad for telling you the DC class.
Yeah.
Which means you took 20 points of slashing damage from the hits, but now they get to make each get to make a bite attack. Hit 15.
Dead. Oh, 15 to hit?
15
No.
to hit.
No.
And you take 10 more points of piercing as they start tearing at you. All right.
I look dead.
It doesn't look good. That's the raptor. Belinda.
How high is this platform thing? here?
This is it's going to be 40 feet.
Okay.
It's up there good.
Yeah.
It's a lookout tower.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so she can move. She has used a what do we call them? Focus point to turn on her elemental stuff, and she will go 5, 10, 15. So now I'm within 15 feet of this one, and I'll do my.
You get there and you do notice that these 3 people are back here, kind of in amongst the jungle, right? They're obscured, like half cover perhaps, but they're messing with some squealing creature.
Oh, goody.
No,
it's not
you're
good.
dancing on the edge of it. Smell it.
Yeah, I can smell it.
You know what? He just felt sorry because you missed the last one.
Right. And he learned from last time how effective it is to knock out the cleric first. So he's doing that again.
I had no idea the cleric would be there. And he was the closest to the raptors. That made
I gotta say, I do appreciate his efforts for inclusion, and so not being left out after 3 weeks of absence.
Did you feel left out?
Not left out. I missed it. I really missed it. I was very. This is a very important part of my week. So,
Belinda.
So, unarmed strike with the elemental thing.
So you're like 10 feet away from these guys?
No, 15.
15, yes.
So, that's a 21 to hit.
Yes.
For 8 points of fire damage.
8.
And then another 21 to hit
Yes.
for 5 points of damage.
Okay. Same one, I assume.
Yep. And third shot is a 19 to hit. Yes. 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. Yeah. This one?
Yep.
He's down.
Cooked it. And then I use my rest of my movement to huddle up with my buddies.
All right. That was Belinda.
I like that idea.
Behind your buddy.
Huh?
You're behind me,
Yes.
preferably.
Like you said, if we're all back to back, that's actually
Back to
good.
back to back.
yeah, 3 strands.
I could go
a quarter
hit him,
of 3
hit him
strands
from
is not
a
easily
little
put.
distance, and then
Chileen comes back here and just swoops through their eyes just to mess with them. Artemis.
thank you, Bay.
You feel like these two are a little bit distracted, and you might have, if you weren't prone, you might have advantage on hitting them.
Well, you're not. No, that's
That's me.
That's tremor.
But it is Artemis's turn.
Yeah.
Right. But you're telling me I might have advantage on those two because they're distracted.
Well, if you could, but you don't because there's a whole grass hut in between you and them,
Yeah.
And a raptor.
and the raptor that's going this way, right?
Okay. All right. Well, let's see here. What do we want to do?
So I'm gonna say
Hurt raptor.
I'm gonna change this from 40 feet to 30 feet and let you get up there in one full movement,
Okay.
if you wanted to.
Sure. Why not?
That's your full movement, and you can be there.
Excellent.
And he's 40 feet off the ground.
30.
30.
I just changed it.
He adjusted it. Okay. So then
Of course, raptors can't climb, right?
they can jump like
Is this the Jurassic Park movie? They'd figure it out.
Clever girl.
Yeah. They can probably jump. I don't know if they can jump 30 feet.
Right.
All right. Then I will launch.
Now, from 30 feet, you can see these guys.
Mhm.
You can see over the hut. I'm going to give them half cover, if you so chose, which basically raises their AC by 2.
Yeah. No. Oh wait. Can I do that? 1 second. Let's check this other thing. I gotta be there. Okay. All right. Then I have the high ground. I will launch a sacred flame on this near one.
Okay.
That's near Tremor.
Okay.
To try to help with what I can. Sacred flame descends. Target must succeed on preferably fail a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw. 14 is probably plus 1 or 2.
Is it distracted?
Plus 3, so that's a 17.
Okay.
But, no, yeah,
Wait a minute, is he kind of like prone because they're on top of him?
it's not prone.
He is.
He's prone.
Yeah, but they're.
Yeah, they're not prone.
Right.
Okay.
But my question I'm debating is, did it have disadvantage? I'm going to give it disadvantage because of the Qilin, and now it failed.
Excellent. So then it's going to take 5 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
And let's go over here. And then what's over here? What we got? Ooh, all right. Sweet. Bonus action.
Okay.
We will launch the psychic blade at the same one. Why not, right?
Mm-hmm.
Psychic blade. It's a 13 to hit.
It does not hit.
Okay.
But the first one, the guiding bolt hit, you get sneak attack because you have
Sacred flame.
the sacred flame because you had someone within 5 feet.
Awesome.
2d6.
Got it. Oh, that sucked. 3.
Okay.
Appreciate the opportunity, though.
You're done?
Yes. Action, bonus action, movement.
That was Artemis. Jeff.
Do you have a token for a pack of wolves?
I have wolves.
I'll take that.
How many you get?
Plethora.
A large pack.
Wow.
So you conjure, and it doesn't say what the size is, so I'd assume it's just a medium creature size.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to expend one of the charges of conjure animals that you
Okay.
gave me,
Yeah.
or the druid
Yeah.
gave me. So I conjure nature spirits that appear as a large pack of spectral, intangible animals in an unoccupied space that I can see within range, which is going to be right next to Tremor. There. The pack lasts for the duration 10 minutes, and I choose the animal's form, such as wolves. So I'm choosing wolves.
But they're illusion?
No. They're spectral and intangible, but whenever the pack moves within 10 feet of a creature, you can see, And whenever a creature you can see enters a space within 10 feet of the pack, so maybe they're actually not next to Tremor so much as they're next to they're within 10 feet of the raptors and within 60 feet of me. So maybe kind of where the
Stand up and put them where you want them.
Shaleen is. Can I move?
That's not it.
I know.
Oh, that's
Where
Chileen.
that's where I want it to be.
That's where Chileen is.
Right, that's Chileen's up here, but that's
Right.
also where
Yep,
I want
I agree.
So they'll be.
What was the rest of that sentence? When they're within 10 feet, then what happens?
They have to do a dex saving throw. If they fail, they take 3d10.
So they're incorporeal, but they do damage?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
What kind of damage?
Slashing.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay. That was your action? Certainly.
Yes, action is conjuring that, and then since they are within 10 feet, they would.
On their turn? When does that happen?
No.
Arrival.
On arrival. When they
Okay.
enter
And then
dex saving throw.
dex saving throw?
Yes.
All right, we have. We're gonna give him disadvantage. First, the one that he had disadvantage because of the Chileen. 4 is gonna fail. How much?
I don't know.
How much damage? 3D.
What? It's 3d10 damage. I
For
don't.
each failure, he gets 3d10
If
damage.
they fail, I don't know what they need in order to pass or fail because I.
Oh,
It would
so
be
what
up
is
to-
your?
'Cause I'm not a spellcaster, so.
Your proficiency is 4, 2, 3, 4
+2.
plus 2, 10 plus 2, and what is your Constitution? Plus 4,
+3.
plus 3, so 2, 15. We're gonna set it at 15.
Okay.
All right. So that was a fail. The second one with disadvantage is gonna fail. The third one with normal fails, and dude back there fails. This one here within 15 feet, right? Is what you said?
Within 10 feet of it.
It's still within 10 feet. Oh, that one's gonna pass.
Okay.
All right. Now roll your 3d10.
So that's 9 and 9, 18.
18. The one that had taken damage falls. And this one didn't take any. 18, 18, 18. None of them look good.
Okay.
Cool. Where'd you get that?
I got it from the druid last week.
That's what you got?
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
know what kind of free
dark
she didn't give me
vision.
anything.
You each got.
We all each got pretty.
You each got a blessing.
Yeah, blessing.
Dark vision.
I did.
You took it. I gave you a chance to reroll.
Oh, yeah.
I gave you each a blessing.
Yeah, you earned. You.
No, here you don't get.
That's
If you don't write it,
Must
you-
be present to win.
Right. I was trying to give you a little baby, raccoon critter. You know.
All right, that was Jeff. Tremor, it's your turn.
I don't
Thankfully-
remember getting anything last week.
Huh?
I don't remember getting anything last week.
I don't either.
I had you roll for it. Each of you, you rolled for it.
Didn't you write it down?
What did I roll? I don't remember rolling.
I said roll a d8, and
I'll look in the video. I don't know.
yeah.
All right, I'll find out next week.
You didn't write it down?
Apparently not.
Your turn. You're prone.
Yeah. So
And at
I'm
least
gonna
one of
stand-
the ones that was eating you is now gone.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand up,
And he doesn't look so good.
and neither do I.
Oh, feels so good.
And
So heal yourself.
But you do
for
think you'd
killing.
have it if you did hit him, you'd have advantage, and I would give him disadvantage because the cheating was distracting him. However, out of nowhere, there is this pack of wolves to contend with.
It's just a.
Does he have to roll because he's within 10 feet?
I was trying to make it so
He's
the
not
pack
within-
of wolves wasn't within.
Yeah,
10
he's not
feet.
within 10 feet.
No. You got a charm of restoration times 3.
charm of restoration. Okay.
Restoration or greater restoration?
I just wrote down
I don't know
restoration.
why it's not.
We can
written
go
down.
back and look it up.
But anyways, yeah, I'll look at it.
What'd
Thank
you get?
Thank you.
A charm of heroism, which I did find in my inventory. I just didn't know that that's where I got it.
Oh, I bet you it's in my inventory.
What are you
There
doing?
they are. So I stood
Might
up.
be a good time to use them.
It looks like it's about to die.
participants.
Yeah, it doesn't look
It's
good.
greater
I'm gonna
restoration,
swing at
that's
it with my
not healing.
mace,
Yeah,
It's more about like taking effects off.
and I got a natural
Okay.
one.
So
So
that's not gonna do it.
nope. Instead, I will.
you said you rolled a natural one. Does that mean your luck goes up one?
Yes, thankfully. Because I burnt a lot last week. As a bonus action, I am going to healing word myself for 2d4.
Okay.
And actually 4d4.
Oh,
And then I'm gonna be done. Oh,
you got a risk of movement?
yes, because I assume he'll have disadvantages being distracted by the Chile.
That seems like double dipping.
Well,
Are you moving?
after I roll my 4d4.
Probably a
I'll
good
just do
choice.
it this way.
Would you like 8? I'll give you 8.
I already rolled. Who knows? And I got 9.
There you go.
There you go.
Usually it doesn't work that way. Usually when the DM offers you end up rolling lower.
So, yeah, I am going to try to run behind
All right. Opportunity attack.
Tumo.
Disadvantage missed. And you run behind Tumo.
Yes.
All right.
And then I'm done.
Pirate's turn.
Turnabout's fair play. I'll get behind you this time.
This guy backs off and you're and shoots right through the wolves.
The spectral wolves.
Yeah. And, what the tarnation? And he ducks behind the but out from here you hear as 2 pigs run out with smoke trailing off their back. Something strapped to the back and big cloud of grayness.
It's a pig flashbang.
Gray.
Yeah. Explosive pig.
Oh god. A pig flashbang.
Oh, they're making noise and they're obscuring vision.
There was no bang, but they are obscuring vision. Not with a bright light, but with a cloud of...
So
I meant the noise was the bad.
Oh, okay.
pig-
You know,
a smoke squeal.
yeah, right. Squeal bang.
Oh god.
As they run out. And top of the order, we want to do another round? We got 5 minutes. You want to do another round?
What about the raptors?
Raptors go on their own initiative count.
Okay, they're up.
One more round?
Sure. Huh? No?
We're done. Tune in next week and we will see what happens.
Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Does the
There's
party
the-
survive the raptors?
Tune in next week when you'll hear Artemis say,
What's with these smoking pigs?
Yeah, what's up with the smoking pig?
I thought you guys wanted barbecue. Didn't someone say barbecue earlier?
yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Pork rib.
Wild boar is tasty.
So, okay,
about
so
the pig. About the pig.
the stuff she gave it, so she gave me a charm. I
Yes.
said it works the same as this kind of a potion.
Yes.
So does it take an action to
Yes.
turn it on to
Yeah.
use it?
Yeah, you
Okay.
gotta use an action. Take a magic action to
Yeah.
do
To
it.
use it. Okay, well then I should have done that while I was charging on the beach, but whatever. Too late now.
We got this.
Use
No
your
worries.
Action, use your action to dash.
I know. No, I
We got
should have done it while we were in the boat because it lasts for an hour. But
Yeah, that.
I saw it, I thought about it, and then I didn't do it. And now we're in the heat
I got
of it.
distracted and
Yeah, now we're in the heat of it, and I don't want to use the whole term just to turn it on.
This charm or conjure animal, it's new definition for the spell.
Well, it used to be broken.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, is it still broken or not?
So it is concentration.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's the kind of the out.
That's a limiting thing.
That's the limiting thing.
But they're incorporeal, so no one else can hurt them.
That's my reading of it.
But it hurts.
You have
They
to-
hurt
So
the
it
other things
doesn't.
if they're
It
within
doesn't
10
take
feet.
half damage. There's no hit points on it at all.
There's no hit points on it, and the damage is all or nothing. Like you pass or you fail.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like an area effect, like you did a wall
Right.
of flame or something.
Right.
It's in that spot, and now
Yeah.
they get hurt if
It's,
they go there.
it's like a wall of flame, but for druids. That's a good way of, or like a moonbeam for druids.
Yeah.
You know, kind of.
Can you move it around, or it's just
Yeah.
it's there? Oh, you can move it around. Oh,
So 30 feet. When
All right, so that's it for this week. Tune in. We do intend to be here, so that's the 10th. I intend to be here. I am going to Washington, Illinois High School, giving 3 seminars. 3 seminars, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 4 seminars. On Tuesday, I do combat readiness. First rule of combat readiness:
Split
know
the
your
party.
character.
Oh.
Know what they can do. What they can't do. Know the stuff they have.
what are they? They're having a D&D camp.
They're having D&D camp, and I'm giving seminars.
Know the blessing your DM gave you last week.
Know the stuff I gave you last week. That's the first rule of being prepared. Combat preparedness. How to maximize your effectiveness in combat. That's one. That's that's a get ready, get set, get and go. That's part of the get ready phase of the combat. The second day I do role playing games that are not D&D.
Oh, no, what's
So I'm talking about all the different games I've played at all the different conventions. I don't have something on Thursday, so it is only 3. On Friday, I do specific combat readiness for an hour before they get ready to go into a combat scenario. So I help them prepare for combat. So that is next week. But Thursday I'm off to prepare for this all day long. Which is
off
what...
every day.
Well, that's... Some people say I'm just off. But that's okay. So, till then, take care. Appreciate you. We'll see you next week.
Yep.
Hey, Leonard, hang back for a minute if you don't mind. Let me close this down. Logo on, mic